Welcome everyone to this edition of the Progressive Mind Show. Happy 4th of July to everyone in the United States, across the states, and yeah, I think the challenges has just hit us, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to sustain. We would rise above it as the eagle. Again, happy 4th of July. We just want to welcome everyone to this episode of the Progressive Mind Show. Now, on this episode, we call it Finding the Balance. This is where we connect folks in the diaspora and in Africa to dialogue on issues that are pertinent to us and how we can move forward as a people. This is the community building show, The Progressive Minds. I'm your host, ANALYST. We are located in the beautiful city of Chicago, and we want to be going straight to our guys, the guests for this afternoon to get into what we are here. The topic for today is Fix the Country Ghana, the diaspora voices on Fix the Country Ghana. And we would like to introduce our guests, but before we do so, please bear with us as we take this short musical break. When we come back, the show would continue.
We live. Cool. Here we go. I'm gonna today. Harvest. Harvest.
You be my golden tree, cocoa, sweet inside with a heart of gold.
Ashanti, Bronga Hafo, said you looking good in your afro. Yellow dress when you're ready to leave and go. Seen you in your green shoes, you were really looking mo.
Cool.
Dressing for me, baby. Take a walk with me through the bush, mama. All your relatives fine, baby. I'ma take you on a trip in my kantanka because you're sweet, you're rolling with the grandpapa. Don Dada, export from Africa to the world. I wanna dance with ya. Everybody be trying to romance with ya. Obronis overseas want a chance with ya. Well, I know who they be when they done with you. They gon' try to trade you in for coffee. I can never cheat. Treat you good, too costly. I met you through Tetakwashi.
You be my golden tree, cocoa, sweet inside with a heart of gold. You be my golden tree, cocoa, sweet inside with a heart
Check me out
of
now.
gold.
I am in the wild since registration, all in, but you kept me waiting at the club with these honeys. No replacement, chocolate black fire, cause you're blazing. I'll be that. You keep me warm, you make me strong, you taste so right, something gotta be wrong. Black like the star in the middle of the flag. Love it when you open up, especially when you're sad. Remember how you used to hang out on the vine though? I used to play you all my vinyls, my kind, that's what I wrote. You were still to see back then, no online though. I got bars, but you are sweetheart. No.
Well, we're back to the Progressive Mind Show. Please bear with us as we try to get things worked out here. Our guests are in the studio, and we shall be going right into the discussion this evening. We are glad to be coming away again. 4th of July in the States, and for those of us who are barbecuing, we just want you to hold on, just give us a little break. Once we're done, we want to join you all with the barbecue, so do not finish all the barbecue. Remember that, you know what I'm saying, like we're here. Some of us are trying to do what we can to get to some of those issues going on in Ghana, so please make sure you're not leaving all the barbecue. Now, for those of you who haven't been able to share the feed yet, please go ahead and do so right away. We shall be right back.
For real military duty. They are rapidly learning the art of war and are crack shots with a rifle. If they ever get into real frontline action, they'll give a good account of themselves. For real military duty. They are rapidly learning the art of war and are crack shots with a rifle. If they ever get into real frontline action, they'll give a good account of themselves. For real military duty. They are rapidly learning the art of war and are crack shots with a rifle. If they ever get into real frontline action.
Okay, so we are back, and it's going to be very interesting. Today, we have this sets of guests that are their community folks. Some of them have been on the show before. Others are new, so we'll try to get to it. Just bear with me as we try to get this going. Just a few challenges here, but as I said, we are right above all these challenges. Again, welcome everyone to the Progressive Mind Show. Today is 4th of July, 2021, and this is the Finding the Balance episode right here. We want to talk about the diaspora voices on Fix the Country, and so please bear with us as we attempt to do so. Again, hello everyone. Happy 4th of July. Today is an interesting episode, as I said, in the fourth celebrate as we celebrate the 4th of July, which is an Independence Day of the United States. Now, this has contrasting issues of social and political inequalities and freedom faced by citizens of Ghana against its government, as people do here all the time in the United States. People rise against social injustices, and it's not any different in the continent of Africa, specifically Ghana. The young people in Ghana have taken responsibility in calling out its government's issues on medical distribution, unemployment issues, issues that are pertaining to democracy, basically. And these youth are calling out the government to look at this infrastructure of the country and a whole lot more. There are also a lot of natural resources in Ghana, but the people of Ghana do not feel like they're having the fair share of the cake. At least the youth are rising and sharing their opinion on social media. There's also been issues of media censorship, and a whole much more, which the country is experiencing now. Now, we have a young man called Kali J. Kali J is also known as Joshua Boy Doe. He started a viral campaign called Fix the Country, and it has gotten fire. The youth of Ghana has jumped on the bandwagon, and there have been so many prominent people within the youth, within the young generation Ghana, who have decided to take these matters on. Notable with this, some of these names are APPIAH, who was recently arrested by the security agency of Ghana for trying to protest her rights as a citizen of Ghana. I know this has been a long introduction, but we wanted you to get grasp of what we're going to be talking about today. And so without much ado, I want to introduce my own brother here in the city of Chicago, Ivan Dormenyo. Ivan Dormenyo is a database developer. He's also a blogger. My brother, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Daniel AMPONSAH is a member of the U.S. communication team for the NPP. He's been here before the last elections in Ghana. Daniel, you're welcome to the show again.
Alinko, thank you, and thank you for my fellow guests. I appreciate you being on here, and thank you to all the listeners out there and viewers out there as well.
Brilliant. Next to him is Prince. Prince happens to be a member of the convener, and I want him to expand on that term, what it means. I guess it's a name given to the members, the core members of the Fix the Country movement. If that's the case, please let us know. But Prince, you're welcome. I think this is your first time. You're welcome to the Progressive Mind Show.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. And a good evening from where I am to my fellow panelists. Just to clarify, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. But yes. Before you clarify, let me just finish going through the introduction. We have RATTY is a blogger and a fashion designer. He resides in Germany. RATTY, Maserati. How you doing, bro?
Bless King, respect, Lion, and I really appreciate for your time, because it's my first time to be on this show, and I really appreciate with that. And I hope whatever we are going to discuss here with my respectful leaders, and I mean like brothers here, I hope after because what we need to bring peace, especially peace in Ghana, and to move Ghana first. Yeah, that's what we need. So
excellent,
respect.
Thank you so much. And then next to him is my brother here. Let me just get a name. Arnold, you're welcome. Arnold is also a database analyst. He resides in the United States. Arnold, you're welcome to the show. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Cool.
Yes, I said thank you for having me, and a good morning from California to all panelists and those watching us, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And the last on the list is DJ FUAD. DJ FUAD, you are good. Can you see us and hear us good?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
can you hear
great.
me?
Yes, we can hear you now. DJ FUAD is also a TV presenter. He's also a TV presenter, a blogger, and also happens to be the manager for the CSF family. What's his name? Avram Moshe. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're welcome again, and let's go straight into the discussion.
I'm his personal secretary.
General Secretary. Okay. General Secretary, thank you so much for the correction. So, Prince, you were telling us, you were going to tell us what your role is with the Fix the Country core leadership, if that's a, I mean, so to speak. I mean, is that core leadership? And if that's the case, is the name the convener that we were referring to? Please help us, get the breakdown of the leadership of Fix the Country, of the Fix the Country movement.
Okay, thank you very much. So the thing is, consistently, even throughout this whole campaign, we have consistently maintained that this is an organic movement, and it's an organic movement that's started amongst the people, among the youth of Ghana. So it's a leaderless organization. It's not your regular organization that has a hierarchy. But what we have would be members, and we would have people who would be coordinators of the movement, basically. So it's not like we are leaders. We are just accidental conveners of the movement. And that's
okay. So
that's
if you
basically
use
what the messaging has been so far.
Okay, does the term convener has any specific meaning, or is just literally what it is? You are conveying the message of Fix the Country. Is that what it is?
Yes, it means that we are convening events, and we are convening messages to on behalf of the movement. So it
okay.
is what it is.
But you agree that Joshua Boy, which is Kali J, started this whole movement on social media?
Of course. I mean, so the thing is, I think I always say that yes, Kali J has been the person who gave this movement a momentum, and I think it's through his influence on social media. That was how come we all came behind and rallied behind the hashtag, because
excellent.
He has been doing this work in a lot of in his own capacity as a social media influencer.
Now, good. Let me get.
But I think he would also.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. We had Kali J on the show several weeks ago, if not just a few, and he gave his view, he gave his vision. I mean, he just talked about why he started it, and so thanks for authenticating that. But let's get the views from our guests. Firstly, from Dormenyo. Sorry, I'll just call you Ivan. I know I'm calling you by your last name, Ivan.
It's okay.
Take a minute to tell us. Take a brief moment to tell us your view of Fix the Country movement that is currently going on in Ghana. Your overview of the whole movement.
Well, I think it's a nice movement, and when I first started seeing the outpour on social media, I really liked the movement, and because we've all seen and witnessed. We've all been in Ghana. It's not like we were born here. We've all lived in Ghana. This thing has been going on for so many years. Leaders just spend, and we don't see anything happening. So when I saw the movement, I said, "This is a nice movement," and I took it upon myself to spread the word too.
Okay,
and that's why I'm here today.
Okay, great. You thought it was a nice movement. Being nice alone, is good, but I think there's the vision right behind the nice is also what we want to look at. And I'm sure that's what you were implying too, by saying nice. So thank you so much for sharing. My brother from Germany, Maserati, go ahead.
Thanks so much, Senya. But one thing I would like to say.
Just call me Alinko. You call me Alinko all the time.
Oh, okay. You're kidding. All right, sorry. So, Alinko, I mean, what I would really want to say is that let's put every political affiliation or whatever aside, and let's think about Ghana first. That's the most important. You understand? Fix the country and everything. It's very important for us to fix the country. But you know, let's see. When this political party comes, there's another wahala problem. There's another wahala problem. You know, let's put everything aside. You know, I know that there's a lot of people here, they are living in a different diaspora, you understand, and they see what is going on.
Yeah.
In America, what do you call Germany or whatever. Let's think about Ghana first. And that's the most important. See their system. You see their system.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to talk about.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Let me say one thing, please. Because I'm in the mood, I'm in the spirit. Let me say it. You understand? See, when we see, you know, let's see, even in Germany here, if you have a child, the government's supposed to give you something for your child. And do we have the same thing in Ghana, if I may ask? You know, our leaders, I can say it boldly that they have really failed us.
Okay.
From the beginning to the end. If they really want to change their mindset, they have to really change. Let's put MPP and NDC aside and let's talk about Ghana.
Okay.
That's the most important. That's why I'm here.
That's
here to speak my mind. That's it. We shouldn't just come and say I'm an NDC. I'm not here because of NDC or MPP, but I'm here because of Ghana. That's the most important.
My brother Ratty, I'm
in the mood.
I know you. I feel your mood, man. We're all in the mood. Yeah.
That's what I'm here.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. When we are talking about to fix the country, see what happened in Ghana, see what APPIAH Odo is doing, see what some of our parents is doing. Please, let's put everything aside and let's talk about Ghana. That's the most important.
We are going
everything is politically motivated and everything is politicized.
Our leaders has really failed us.
Okay.
Let's disappointing. Let's talk about that the fact so that we can move Ghana forward.
Ratty, we will go to
no child support in Ghana.
I hear.
Alinko.
Ratty.
If the government, please, if the government is really, please, you give me that opportunity. Let me speak my mind. That's what I'm here.
No,
with your due respect, because if the government really want to support, you know, let's do it. Party Sam and Ghana, bro.
Meba.
Senior, Party Sam Alinko. I'm in the spirit. Let me just flow everything out.
Ratty, Meba. I'm minute.
I'm disappointed.
I know. Ratty, Bisrawa, say, you know, there are others on the show, right?
I know. I respect everyone here. But we are all Ghanaians. Let's talk about Ghana first. That's why we are here. If you want to talk about Ghana first, then I'm inside. But if you really want to channel and to do this and this, then I'm sorry. Because the most important, let's talk about Ghana, bro. That's the most important. No?
Okay.
Yo, let's put everything aside.
I'll move on to the next guest. I'm sorry. FUAD, please go ahead. And no, before FUAD, Arnold, your 1 minute overview of the Fix the Country movement. Your basically, what do you think?
Thank you. I think Fix the Country movement, it's something that has come and it's something that has to stay. Not just for today, but tomorrow. As long as we exist, you know, we need to ensure that we have an infrastructure that will be able to meet the demands, not just for today, but tomorrow. So fix the country basically means that fix our state institutions, fix our health system, fix our road network, fix our educational system, fix the security, provide relief for the people of Ghana, and let the future generation come and see that indeed our forefathers toiled and put their lives on the line for us to have a better Ghana. We need a country that the next generation will be able to dream and say that the Ghanaian dream is something that we can all realize. So the Fix the Ghana project, it's a movement that would have to cut through all the various, divisions that we have in Ghana, i.e. religious, political, social, economic. It cuts through everything. It's high time. Collectively, we come together and fix our nation.
Respect.
Thank you.
I really appreciate with this. Thank you, bro. Please, what is your name? I really want to know your name. Your name.
His name is Arnold.
Thank you so much. Because today we are all here and we know what what people are going to watch this show, because
Daniel AMPONSAH,
senior,
Daniel, can we get your view on
let's
what you
go.
talk about?
Yeah, Alinko, yeah, I really like the passion from my friend in Germany. Yeah, and I think that is the kind of activism that we need, because there's a point in the history of a country that I think we say, hey, we have to reflect back and begin to build better. And so, yes, Alinko, fix the country. I mean, who else can be against a noble idea like this? Because we all want the betterment for our country. Everybody who is here today, I mean, love Ghana in some way. Hey, nobody gets paid here by taxpayers' money, but look at the time and effort people have devoted to come and speak about their country. And that alone should tell you that, yes, people really care about Ghana, irrespective of the fact that, I mean, we are not where we want to be. People feel like we have the potential, we have the ability, we have the capacity. And so people feel bad when we are not there, given all the capacity and all the, human resources that we have. So, Alinko, I think it's a good conversation. And I'm liking it that there are like-minded people here who have passion for it. And as we delve into the issues, we will discuss them one by one. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And so, FUAD, can you hear us, please? A quick overview of what on the Fix the Country movement, quickly, and then we can head to the try and look at the next question. I think we're having a difficulty with FUAD's feed. FUAD is not able to hear us. We'll see if we can do something about it. FUAD, let me give it a last shot. Can you hear us now? Okay, go ahead. If you yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go ahead.
Okay. Greetings to you, the host, and all my co-panelists here. I think that Fix the Country is something that as my brother who just finished speaking said, is an idea that anyone that comes against it need to be seen. To me, anyone that comes against Fix the Country need to be seen as the enemy of the state and the enemy of the youth. Why do I say that person is the enemy? Because for a long time, you have to see the youth. You see the youth participate in something like this. I have been an activist for a while, from 2013 to 2016, at every single demonstration. And anytime I go on the demonstration ground, the people I see wearing my age mate, wearing my class. Some of the demonstrations that I attended, you see people like the current finance minister and his peers. So I am so happy to see the youth taking things upon themselves, realizing that it is our future and our present that these old folks, we call our leaders, we call our politicians, are destroying. So for me, one thing that makes me happy about the Fix the Country is the fact that the youth have now identified the enemy. The enemy is no job, no accommodation, no better sanitation, no better security system. And the final enemy is the NDC and NPP combined. I know it wouldn't go down well with some people, but we have to say the truth. If you are 18 years to 35 years and you still have hope in either the NDC or NPP as a youth, you're also part of the enemy. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your opinion on what the Fix the Country. So at least we all agree that it's a laudable movement. It's a transformational movement started by this young man who I think God gave this vision to. If not God, at least started by Kali J. And so now it's caught on to the point where every politician or most politicians in Ghana are talking and being worried of, because this is a movement that can change the fortunes of Ghana. And so we all believe in it. One would ask that in the past, so there's this argument that the fix the country, like Maserati is saying, it's not about NDC, NPP. And so, but at this present time, it is not, of course, we can't compare two governments here because there's only one government that is ruling. So if we're asking for Fix the Country, who are we directing this message to? To the point where Maserati made. Maserati, you're on mute, so no one can hear you. And that is what I'm going to roll. If I encourage you to have everyone to express their view, but if you keep cutting people, I may have to put you on mute. Now, to Maserati's point, I now come to you, Maserati, with this question. Please respond. If we're not supposed to mention any party, which of course we're not supposed to be doing, today we are asking that the country be fixed. Who are we directing this message to? Maserati, please go ahead.
Much. When you said like the country has to be fixed.
Yeah.
Party Bay and I say when they want power, that shows he has to fix the country.
Right.
That's the first thing we have to know. We know that MPP, they're on the power.
Okay.
And when you talk about to fix the country, they have to do it because John Mahama cannot do it because he's not there. Let's put everything. That's what I say. No crab, no kaya bakupu.
Whilst no car say, "Am I MPP any NDC
senior? Yeah, more mudin, but they are on the power.
Okay.
Without say one money thing. One one Yamon and Adu dia one ebunidi.
Okay.
John Mahama na woyi. So FUAD is on power. So when we talk about to fix the country, he has to do it.
Okay.
Because he promised Ghanaians, I'm going to do this and that and that and that and see what is going on in Ghana.
Excellent.
You think it's the right way? People are suffering. And right now, see, Kaka, they kill him. What happened? Because he's showing videos and everything, exposing some things, what is not going on well and everything. And see, what they did to the guy is no more there. See, Nigere Okrama said 5. Who is going to take care of them and everything? Let's think about that. That's the most important. Abrocheha, they don't do those kind of things. If you are president and when you are on power, you have to do everything. That's how we have to do it.
Yes.
That's what I said. Let's put every political and everything aside. And when you come on power, do what the youth want. Because FUAD always say, I saw them Okasembi said, yes. You know that the youth, they vote yes, because if it wasn't my mother, my brother, my sister, my fellow friends and this, FUAD cannot be on power, or even John Mahama cannot be on power. So they have to respect the vote.
No, you see,
of the youth.
Here is where I feel like you contradict yourself. No. Listen to me for a minute.
Go on.
If we are talking about fix the country today, that to your point, the president in power, the party in power is NPP, Nana Akufo-Addo, respectively.
Yeah,
His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. So, if we keep referring to John Mahama or NDC, I think it's neither here nor there. I want us to focus on who is responsible to fixing the country at this moment. And once we start mentioning other names, we're giving different signals. So, answer the question directly. And you answered it.
That's what I say right now. So right now, it be the MPP people where they did the power.
Good.
So it be them that for fix the country.
Daniel, you are a communicator for the NPP government or the NPP party.
Oh, really? Okay, nice.
I don't know about the government, but Daniel, is it fair for the present government led by His Excellency Akufo-Addo? Yes. Somebody's drawing my attention.
Maybe I think. Yeah. I think it would be nice to hear from at least the youth behind the movement. It would be nice to give me the opportunity to at least address who needs to fix the country. Because I feel there's a misconception here, and it needs to be addressed first.
Prince, I'm going to come to you. It's 6 of us, or probably 7 of us, right? So I'm going to come to you. But let me have the NPP communication team member in the US respond to this question, and then I'll have you come in, okay?
All right. Alinko, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Daniel.
Yeah, Alinko, I'm here in the partisan mood. I can be very partisan, but that is not the point, because we've been partisan for the last 30 years since we entered democracy, right? From 92. Where has that gotten us to?
Right.
You get the point.
Exactly.
So like I said, partisanship must end somewhere. And beyond partisanship, there's a country called Ghana we need to build.
Okay.
And that country belongs to all of us. All of us have a stake in that country. So Alinko, the question that you asked, that who is responsible for fixing the country, to answer to that question and to put it in context, that's why I always want us to place every conversation in context. Otherwise, we mix the point, and we might be going on very, idealistic path if we fail to appreciate context. Alinko, the context we have in our country is that Ghana, whenever we vote and anybody wins power, it's executive power. That power rests with one person. We've vested a lot of power in one person. So if something is not going on right, it is that executive power we have to go back and ask, what is the problem? We've given you all this power. We've given you everything. In Ghana, it's controlled. It's almost a state-controlled, one person controlled state.
Who's that?
What I'm trying to say?
Who's that person?
And that is the government of the day. The
Okay.
government of the day has that power. So when they say fix it, it cannot be directed at anybody else apart from who we have given what? Executive power. So
Okay.
that call must be clear. There cannot be any two ways about that. We give executive power to somebody based on our constitutional system. And if they have not changed that system and they want to use that system, then it is fair that when we call on them, they must appreciate that executive power rests with them, and the system that we've built ensures that we can't go to any other person other than come to them to find a solution and to fix the things that we talked about. So I think that context has to be made clear, and there's no two ways about that.
Absolutely. Looks like the message coming from the same direction that you're pointing your argument to is that fix yourself. Looks like what the leadership is telling, what the administration, what the executive administration that you referred to is telling the people is that they should rather fix themselves and not vice versa. And so if it's fair, we would like to ask Prince. Prince, please go ahead.
No, so I think it's important, and I like how the gentleman that just spoke, I keep forgetting the name, but
Daniel,
the MPP, Daniel. I like how Daniel, put it. That yes, there's the structure of our country, or the structure of our constitution makes it saturates power in the hands of the executive, and that's when there's any beck and call, then it means that we have to look at or look up to that person who has the power. But I think we need to understand that fix the country is a call on government, right? It's a call on government. And one thing we mostly forget about government is that there are 3 arms of government. Actually, there are 4 arms of government. There's the executive, there's the legislature, there's the judiciary, right? In our context, we have one very, 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 very powerful arm, which is the executive, which is what Daniel just alluded to. And then there's another powerful, I don't know whether I would say powerful or intermediary powerful, which is the legislature. And they are supposed to also have a lot of power. That is where we have people from all divides, all the political divide, or all the partisan divides. And these people are supposed to be the check on the executive. Well, I would say that the executive and through the legislature, they seem to have curtailed the power of the judiciary. And we need to situate this argument within this context that fix the country is calling on leadership, is calling on government. And these arms of government should be active and responsible enough to ensure that the systems in the country work, to ensure that the laws in the country work. There's that 4th arm of government, which is the media. And you and I can also attest to the fact that, yes, our media space has its own problems. And it's important for us to also broaden the whole conversation to the 4th estate, which is the media. So it's when we say fix the country, we mean that any organization or any institution which is responsible for government should be. I mean, the opposition party, which is NDC, is supposed to be a responsible opposition. Opposition keeps the government on its toes. But what do we have here? Do we have that? So fix the country is actually a call that goes towards every arm of government or every direction. And it's important that we don't make it an NDC or an MPP or CPP or PPP or whatever issue. It's
of course.
an issue.
Listen, Daniel,
that borders on governance.
No, Prince, thank you so much for a great point made. do you all feel, based on what you just said, is the government responding accordingly? Arnold?
No. For me, no.
Okay, go ahead, Maserati. Respond quickly.
No.
Don't come here.
No.
Okay, the government is not responding.
Not at all. Because when you're the youth, no, I mean what they want.
Right.
That's really my problem. Because when I speak for the youth, bro. Because in the next 10 years or next 15 years, where are we going to be? When I'm in 50 years or whatever. That's what I really think. I really want to ask the MP or the MPP chairman, or I forgot the name and everything. I want to really ask him just one question. I know he's in different planet, or I can say something like that. How did he see the environment and everything? Mr. Minister, or if you are part of the MPP this. Me, I'm not a political part, but I speak like a Ghanaian. Men care about what MPP or ND. That's my problem.
Ratty.
That's my problem.
You were asking Daniel.
I beg. Yes, it's something I really want to talk. Let me speak, bro. I beg you. I'm in the mood. Let me speak my mind. That's what I'm here. When I speak, I just want to ask one question. Say, so why is it that they cannot even just to do something so that at least the youth or be a school senior or degree go and see the work he's doing? At least Abrochre has say, when you have a job, or even so many people are going to school, they are still working, they get money. But see, Ghana, you have a degree in this. Go and see how people are suffering and everything. Let's face the fact and let's speak the truth.
Okay,
that's what we need.
Yeah, that's the truth. So you said you were asking someone. Let me say one. What do
you call? With your due respect, what do you call?
Daniel,
Mr. Daniel.
Okay,
that's what I really want to ask him.
Good, Daniel. He's posed a direct question, but FUAD, you are in Ghana, and then Arnold, I want you to respond to Daniel, FUAD, Arnold, and Ivan. I want you to respond quickly. From your view, do you think that the government, whom we are directing this request to fix the country, is responding?
Yes, I can hear you. Can I go on?
Yes, please. Yeah, there's a challenge. Arnold, quickly help us if you can respond to this quickly.
Yes, I think the government, of course, has responded, but has responded very negatively. That's the sad fact. I
love that part. Thank you.
Is, and also let me add to this. You see, being NDC, NPP, it's neither here nor there. First and foremost, we are Ghanaians. We are taxpayers. Okay, so we look at the issues and address them. If NDC is in power today and an NPP member raises a concern, we have to look at the concern as a Ghanaian.
Super.
And address it rather than tainting the issues with political coloration, and then it compromises the core issues. And that is what has permeated, and created room for other people to take advantage of, and then the issues are put aside, and then it becomes NDC, NPP, NDC, NPP, and so what? What are they saying? They say fix the country.
Super.
That's the bottom line.
Okay.
And I've raised the concerns that reasons that you have to fix it. The government approach is to retort back to the people and point fingers at them and say, fix yourself.
And I think that's why we are here. Okay. I think that the whole premise of this conversation did not even give an indication or give a slightest indication of partisanship of the main issue. I think that we're trying to get the voices of diasporans based off what we have experienced or what we're still experiencing in the diaspora as compared to what is going on in Africa, specifically Ghana, in this contest. And so we want to see, that's what I'm asking. That's why I'm asking. We understand what we want, and we understand who we are directing our request to, but are they responding the way we want? And I think that's what I want us to get to. Are they responding? What's his name? Ratty posed a question to Daniel, and I wanted you all to respond quickly to Daniel. Ivan, I still want Daniel to respond, but Ivan, in your own opinion, your own estimation, is the government responding to the people the way it should? in this request of fixing the country?
In my opinion, no. They have, like my brother just said, they have responded negatively. See, we the youth, some of us are the problem. Okay. When we in the diaspora, we fighting for them. Some of them will come on our pages and be bashing us that, oh, we are not in this country and so we don't know what is going on. No, we're not there. Like I always say on my show, when I'm doing my programs, I always say I'm for the youth. I'm not for any political party. I don't belong to one. I've never voted since I was born because I don't. When I was born, my parents already told me it's our country is messed up. So I never belong to any political party. Everything that I do is just for the youth. But the government, the way the government has responded to the Fix the Country campaign is negative.
Okay.
My brother, see, we have traveled and been in this country. I'm in America. The way I've seen this country grow, I want the same thing in my country.
Right.
I finished school in Ghana. I wasn't getting a job, so I had to leave.
Why?
You. There are jobs. There are jobs, but you won't get it because there's too much bureaucracy. There's too much bureaucracy. If you don't belong to a political party, they're not gonna give you a job.
Right.
Why should we? These are the things we talk about.
Yeah,
when you give the youth a job, see, when you give them a job, they won't be asking you to fix any country. My brother, if I have what to eat, I won't be telling you fix the country because I'm okay.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't. That shouldn't be our goal at the end of the day. I'm fighting for my next generation. Okay. I'm here, but I don't want my kids to grow in America. I want them to grow in Ghana. But I can't have them grow in Ghana when the system is not working. The system is not working. That's all we're fighting for. Excellent. But we can't keep raising our voices and government wants to shut us down. At the end of the day, we put you in power and we expect you to do what we want you to do.
Super. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I don't belong to any political party.
We don't belong to any political or this. When you're on power, do what is right for the youth. The Ghanaians, that's what they want.
Right.
That's it.
Daniel.
We just want a 3 square meal.
Without my vote, my brother, and without my vote, my brother, you can't be on power. You have to know that. Without my vote, without my mother, without my sister, without my friend, you can't be on power. So you have to respect that. That's what we need.
Yeah.
I have a child here, but every month the government is giving my daughter something small. At least Ghana, we should have had something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Let's put that. Yeah, let's put everything aside and talk about Ghana. That's what we need.
It's a pity.
We have
the money.
Yeah,
we have everything. We have the resources.
We have everything.
We have the money.
Yeah.
We have the resources.
We should naturally lie to we. So in the next 4 years or the next 3 years, if the youth we started to campaign, say nobody should vote, no youth,
it will happen.
Vote. It will happen. Yes. And
now,
everybody will stay at home.
If you don't vote, then who gets to be in power and do what must be done?
Yeah, then they will see. I know there. Because Yan Tuabana and that's Yan country youth who is going to be. Then they will see that there's going to be something different.
Okay, yeah. I want Daniel to respond, but Ivan, go ahead, quick. Yeah,
Alinko, there's a new awakening.
Yeah,
that's what you need to know. There's a new awakening. We have sat down quietly. Ghanaians, we are very timid, and the politician knows that. So they take advantage of our timidness, but we're not going to allow that. That is why we are doing this Fix the Country issue. This is an uprising, and it's going to continue.
Okay,
this is it.
Daniel, go ahead, please. Arnold, are you still with us? Because yeah, good. I need your posture like that. Go ahead.
Alinko, thank you. I think that they are varied issues, and we have to be. I like to have specific conversations about stuff, right? Instead of putting everything under a general umbrella, and that way the issues get lost. Then what exactly are we talking about? You get what I'm trying to say? But to answer to the question about,
exactly,
we'll come there. I know you come there. I know you are kind of. And you come to the specifics and we'll deal with that. Alinko, like I said, tomorrow if MPP will not be in government forever.
Right.
No.
We know that for a fact. by the fact of our history, we know MPP will not be in government forever. And the next government who will come will not also be in government forever. So that is why I said the issues that we are talking transcends political party. Because fixing the country is not going to end with MPP. And it will not end with the next government after MPP. So this is where, if we are having this conversation, we have to sit back, like Arnold said, and look at ourselves as Ghanaians and depoliticize the issues and take the issue one by one and say that, hey, irrespective of political party, this is what we want to see in the system. Regardless of which political party comes to power, we want to see a structured way of what? Developing our country. Instead of this haphazard way of
doing things. Are we seeing that? Daniel, my question, go ahead, please. I want you to, if you can respond to his question. What the thing is the government responding in the right direction with regards to this request of fixing it? In your opinion, you think the government is doing what it's supposed to do? Now,
so to
indirect response,
answer that question, I would say the government have not fully addressed all the concerns of Fix the Country people. And as I speak to you, Alinko, I don't know the specifics of their demands. That for me is my confusion. And that is why this conversation, I want to hear from my brothers across the board. What is the specificity of the demand that they are asking of government? And then we can subject that particular specific issue to timelines and ask ourselves, are we progressing along those?
We'll put everything here. We'll put everything here and ask you.
Daniel,
we'll put everything here.
Thank you so much for a great response. Arnold, I know you haven't spoken in a while, but from your perspective, I mean, I'm not perspective. Can you respond directly to what Daniel just said? Because before I let the fire lord come in, because once
we're all on fire. We're all on fire.
Everyone is on fire. Everyone is on fire,
but there's a lord of the fire.
I want to be happy when I go to Ghana and I see that my people are winning. That's what I need.
The reason why we even bringing this to the limelight and having an open conversation and bringing all of you on board is exactly what you expressed.
Yeah,
bro, we love where we are from. As much as we live in America, we live elsewhere, and we enjoy all the goodies. Our heart is with our country and our people, most especially. Their grandmothers there, their children there, their aunties, and all of that. And so we really, really care. But Arnold, what is the country? What are the people asking for? What's your expectation when it comes to the country being fixed in direct response to the question Daniel asked?
Well, I think that first of all, we have to acknowledge that the essence of being in government is to fix the problems that exist. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
And if you are on track, there wouldn't have been the need for fix the country. It would have been work in progress. Respect. And if you judge it from the history of Ghana, you'd realize this is the very first time that this particular movement has come to being. It means that the system is getting worse. That's what it means. And if you listen and you follow them on social media, basically what they are saying is that we are tired of people dying on the street due to the fact that we can't fix our roads. We are tired of watching pregnant women lying on the floor during delivery and they die in the process. It is not a crime for a woman to go to labor. It's supposed to be a blessing. Okay, especially in today's era with all the resources available.
So, what have you personally identified as a Ghanaian citizen or as a Ghanaian that needs to be fixed, aside what the Fix the Country movement is trying for? So let's put them on, because I want to get as an individual and as an
my first thing is corruption.
Okay,
corruption needs to be fixed. The rate at which the leadership of Ghana is raping the economy of Ghana is very distasteful. They don't have money for anything, but they find money when it comes to luxury.
Do you have any specifics when it comes to? Do you have any specific when it comes to corruption?
Of course, enormous. Enormous.
So I want us to get to specifics if you have, so that we're not getting to semantics and all that. If you do, please go ahead and let's be specific on this program. If you don't.
Okay, all right. You see, I would start off by say that let's look at even just the recent state of our president making an international trip. You go and you rent a plane, $15,000 an hour, 23 hours. Ask yourself, what was the overall agenda? what were the reasons of which, especially when you have a presidential jet sitting there, you spend the country's money. We just came out of, we are still even in COVID. And you recall that when COVID came, in less than 72 hours, the government of the day said that the country was broke and they had to go to IMF and go and seek for relief.
A loan.
You know, you went for the loan, and then within a week or two, no one could tell where the money went. Account for the money, you say you're not going to account for the money, but you used it. And here we are. Look at what is happening with our mining sector. Galamsey. Look at what's going on there. Look at our educational system. Now people can't even talk.
Okay.
People can't even talk.
Yeah.
Our academic system is ruined. It is ruined, and that is the heart of our issue here. Okay, the SSS, SHS, or what that we used to know is not what it is today.
Okay.
It is gone.
Thank you. So thanks for being specific. Prince, Daniel asked a question, and I want you to respond to that specific question, and then we can get to the other guest, please.
I think the demand is very specific. It's very, very specific, and it's fix the country. I mean, if there's any problem in the country, that if there is anything that you see as a problem, just fix it. I mean, the thing is,
so you yourself being a part or a convener of the Fix the Country movement, you personally or as a movement, you haven't identified things that needs to be fixed. You are just saying, in general, just go ahead as a government and start fixing problems in the country. That's what you're saying, if I'm getting you correctly.
Alingo. So I think this is what one thing we need to establish. Like Daniel mentioned, in every conversation, context matters. And in the context of Ghana, we've realized and we've seen it play over and over again that anytime there is any movement that comes up with a list, that's the end of the movement. That's the end of the discussion, because even without coming out with our specific demands, right? You saw what the vice president came out with. You saw what the finance minister came out with. I mean, they came out with a lot of...
No, listen.
It came out of a list of... I'm coming.
The reason why I want us to be specifics, Prince, the reason why, because we all don't have privy to some of the information that you were giving us, right? And there's a lot of people listening and who are not a lot are not Ghanaians, but want to know what's going on. So if you may say something, I did like you to back it up if you have that information. If you don't, I understand. But I really hope that, like you're saying, the government, the vice president came up with something. What did he come up with? And that's what I really would like us to get into.
So I think I don't have the specifics. I wouldn't be able to give you specific, but he came up with a lot.
A list of developmental projects that they were working on.
That they were doing. They were working on. Okay. On the date that the first day that we announced to have our protests, the finance minister came and gave us a list of promises, five specific core areas that he felt,
bro, speak like a man. Bro, speak like a man.
Ratty. The thing, Ratty. The thing is, everyone has the way they can communicate. I don't communicate the way you communicate. So it's important that
like a man, bro.
You let me express myself the way I would want to express myself. I wouldn't want you to interject when I'm also. It's disrespectful. So this is what I want to say.
Apologies from Ratty.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. But the thing is, it's important that we situate the conversation in the manner. Look, all of us here are in the diaspora, right? What are the kind of systems that you see in your context that you feel is not happening in Ghana? Look, we live in a country where there are laws, but we don't implement the laws. We live in a country with a constitution that is basically designed to transfer power from military regime, right, to democracy. And in that transition, we did a lot to put a lot of power or to satisfy the military regime. These political parties have taken advantage of this constitution and have taken advantage of the loopholes in this constitution and have used it in their favor.
Okay.
Look, I feel if I am to go into specifics of the issue, we will not end the show. The message is very specific, very simple. Fix the country. You campaign on promises. You campaign on issues. Fix those issues, and we'll come back with that. We'll come back with what we need fixing.
Okay, thank you, Ratty. Ivan, your turn. Then we'll go to Ratty, please. Again, in response to what Danny asked, we are talking about. It's a very healthy conversation, and this is what we all need. However, I think that we have been talking about these things over and over. So that's why it's important that we drill it down to the specifics, right? So what do we want to be fixed in Ghana, Ivan?
Okay, me, I'm a data guy. Okay. So my first thing, my brother, the other data guy mentioned something about corruption. Now, how do we weed corruption now? It's because the system we have in place is everything is paper trail. Data drive everything in every country, my brother. Data drive everything. That is our next generation. Okay. Now, when something happens, when there is an audit, you hear that a bank is set on fire. Why? Because they know everything is in paper. But if it is database, you cannot, because everything is in the cloud. You see? Yeah. That is how we have to start. Why should we spend 600 million to count people for what? We don't need 600 million if you have a database with everybody's information in there. You won't need that. You just need to do an update of your database. Corruption, that is how we need to start weeding corruption now. The next thing we need to address is our educational system. Educational system is porous. We need to build have our own educational system and have our own syllabus. Why are we with WAEC? To me, WAEC organization is garbage. WAEC organization hasn't helped anybody. You have kids schooling under trees, and you give examination with questions like go and calculate this or mix this chemical, while the kids haven't been to any lab. How are they gonna answer all those questions? These are the problems we want to be fixed.
Okay.
These are our basic structure is not good at all. Right. We need to have a better base structure. When we have the structure, everything will follow. Then we'll move on to the next one. It's a trickle down effect. It's a trickle down effect. Once we fix the base, everything will work.
Will fall in place. Okay, thank you so much, Ratty. What are you looking for the government to fix in Ghana in direct response to what Daniel asked?
All right. What Daniel said, much respect, bro. Much respect. For the database is one of the best key we needed. Respect for that. But I have 4 keys. What it really buffers my mind, I really want to speak about. First, road is one of the most important we need in Ghana. Okay. Our road system is very poor from 1 to 10. That's the problem. That's the problem. Our road is very poor. And only idea face you Ghana. Your road system poor.
So road is one. Okay.
One of the 10. So when we talk about fix the country, that's one of the major things you have to do.
Okay.
Hospital. Ayarisabia. A bon konakohe enkofogu form obinyim no da form obiye say no da form everything mess up put me kokolebu na ho kra mobo yetumi ka se yeni mpakra betumi de obi a wonyem my god obi o career kola
right so hospital
meba cho se oba wo a nka the same day na no nka esen kakola no tumi nya the birth certificate.
Yeah, exactly.
That moment na akwala no beto bonten no he or she akwala so to me the birth certificate for there. Abroche the same like ya ni ebusa akwala ni dey me wo hobby because the entire make us say I was very shocked. Me wo ho na me ban ye won me bano me jira hobby and asebe ofri ne obana senior de adeba. Yenya wi na ebusa akwala ni din yebusa me din say
right away.
Na me bo ni din say ni din the Victoria Oheni APPIAH. Ye bo ra ho na papa na kwako type bibia was obana system. Thank you, Rasta. Woman the brother say yes. That's your daughter's certificate, birth certificate. The next they go here and go and pick it. I was very shocked.
Yeah.
So when you talk about this, obi awa now unless obi salai, niya jiwusika and no connection niya diade corruption and
there are even people today who do not have.
I don't finish.
Yeah, but I don't know. Ratty, because of time,
just 2 minutes. I beg 2 minutes. My brother talk about what they call my data brother talk about schools. And you're very and also sorry to use this. How come? Send Kolomusuya de nebiti form.
Right.
A DNT easy. And it's the kind of way. Ghana and Tinia Kobo Bobisia, a FUAD sorry Kobo Bisia no one banner is the kind of way. Let's face the fact to my brothers and sisters. I beg you. Ghana belongs to not only one person, but it belongs to we all. Let's put every political distance. Me, I don't speak like a NDC or MPP. Me, no. Me, I speak like a Ghanaian. That's it. My last question, Ejuma. Job. School. Job. Where Abrochria says, Sebe. They share apartment and everything. They are going to school. At the same time, they are working. They are getting money. They are in university and this. Even they work at restaurant and they get their money and everything. Do we have that thing in Ghana? Please.
Okay. So
that's my problem.
Well, thank you so much for laying your giving us the 4 things or 3 things that you think needs fixed in Ghana, and they are all brilliant. Excellent point. Thank you so much. FUAD, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, please. Go ahead and give us your submission quickly. I don't know if you heard the last question.
Okay. I think my internet was giving me a hell here, but I think it's okay now. So I think some of the things that need fixing is our constitution, because we can list the thing, as the convener said, we can list all the things that need fixing. And it's almost like if Ghana is to peg on a percentage wise, like Ghana is 100%, 99% of about Ghana need to be fixed. Now, if you ask me how it can get fixed, I have no hope as a young man in any party, the 2 most party that alternate power, the NDC and MPP, will never, not like they can. They have all the men and women, but they will not, because they need to fix the constitution. The constitution that says that the resources of the state resides in the bosom of the president. That thing need to go off. And the NDC and MPP have shown over the past 32 good years that we call constitution, I call it the Sakawa Constitution. That document is a document that allows them to steal without being arrested. Alinko, can you imagine that since 1992, nobody has been sent to jail based on corruption? And corruption is defined in the 1992 Constitution as misdemeanor.
Victor Solomon went to jail.
No, it wasn't on corruption. Go and read that. Go and read the what do you call it? The judgment. It was
financial loss to the state.
Financial loss to the state. Yes, we the citizens see that. We see that as corruption, but the system don't call it corruption. So let me continue. Okay. So before all the things that we all wish to be fixed can be fixed, those of us who are saying let's speak as Ghanaians. See, we are all Ghanaians, but the constitution was made for a military man who was afraid that if he makes it democratic enough, right after he goes off, he can be arrested. So he made it to suit him. Then we had an opposition. I was then a kid. I didn't have a vote right, but I loved President Kufuor so much that he said when he comes, he would change a lot about the constitution. Then I believe when he got there, it was like, wait a minute. Article 71 is so sweet. You can still president, nobody can say anything to you. Even when you are done serving the people, it has to take 3 good years before somebody can take you to court. And even I'm that stupid and dumb. 3 years, I can use it to cover my back. You understand? So the NDC has been in power for 16 good years. The MP has 3 years to do 16 years. By 2024, it will be.
Okay.
These people.
Yeah. Okay.
So have to change the constitution, but they realize that it's a document to steal and go scot-free. It's a document to kill citizens and nothing can be done to you. So they are not ready to do anything. So for me, anyone who think that we should still wait, I think that anything that we need to do that will save Ghana is to kick these people into opposition. That is the only solution, because 32 good years is enough to change the constitution that allows them to steal, to kill. Not to develop. Let me tell you, when it comes to roads in Ghana, we have urban roads, we have feeder roads. Now what they're doing, both of these MPP are doing, is that they are doing election roads. They do it during elections. 2 months after election, the roads are always off.
Thank you.
With
That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. My road is still there.
Guys,
Alinko, my road is still there. They are waiting for 4 years again before.
Right, it's true. It's true. I mean, there were, even prior to the elections, there were so many shortcuttings that we heard of, and nothing has been initiated yet. And so we understand that both parties have been using this gimmick, this propaganda, to kind of like influence people to just vote for them. They go and never come up. But the question is, how is it that we keep voting for, leaders? There are so many constituents or maybe areas
Alinko, if you allow me 1 minute. The reason why people I voted twice. And after my last vote for 2008, since I've never voted, it's not like I'm not a patriotic citizen already. Both parties have sapped the spirit of patriotism from every Ghanaian. I stopped voting because I realized that voting is a game of choice. And if you look at the performance of the NDC and MPP, when you're going to election, there's no choice. The smaller parties, they've shared them among themselves. When I realized that the NDC and MPP has messed up, I tried joining some of the smaller parties. And when I went there, I realized that they've shared it among themselves. So, but the reason why we keep voting for them is that the youth did not see the enemy. Now they realize they've identified the enemy. Let me tell you, anytime a group of people identify an enemy together, religion tells its followers that Satan is the enemy. Get up in Satan. You understand? And Nkrumah told Africans that the West is the enemy. They came together to the independence. Now ask yourself, what is the youth now rising? One of the timid and conformist citizens of the whole world happen to be the Ghanaian. So ask yourself, why is it that Ghana of all people, right after elections, the youths are demanding things to be fixed? Because they've now identified the enemy. As I mentioned, no roads, no food, no accommodation, lack of security. And the NDC and MPP hiding under 2 colors, lying to Ghanaians that they are different, but doing the same thing. That is the enemy.
That is the enemy. Thank you so much for sharing. You are watching the Progressive Mind Show live here in the beautiful city of Chicago. I'm your host, Alinko, and we are talking about the Fix the Country movement that's currently going on in Ghana, specifically looking at the diaspora voices on this matter. Very, very important, very dear to us. If you're watching us on Facebook or our YouTube page, please share the feed, as this is dear to our country, and not just our country, Ghana, to Africa and the entire world. Because as we know it, the West relies on Africa for their sustenance. We provide the West with all their resources, and so as a region or a location where we hoard and have all these natural resources, there is no way that we should be struggling and be taking all types of risk, just to migrate to wherever we find ourselves, but Africa, to find greener pastures. It does not make sense. Reason why we're here, reason why we're sharing our passion. There's been a lot of comments on the feed. I'm going to try and read some, but I want to take this point quickly from our guests so we can try and get to our points. Some of you said you're not going to vote again. You don't have to vote and all of that. But if you don't vote, then you leave the vacuum for people to kind of work their way in, get to power, and make decisions that affects all of us. So the essence of voting is very critical. It's off the we cannot even have the option of not trying to vote, because if you're not voting, then you are digging your own grave. We have to continue with the process. And as you all know, with Ivan, we live in this country. You vote for Donald Trump. If it comes 4 years, it's not working, you vote for somebody else. You vote for Joe Biden. After 4 years, Joe Biden will get his fate will be determined by his works. And so we ought to keep going. We can't ever stop voting. So I just wanted to make that point clear. And
Alinko.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to give me some minutes to respond?
Yes,
I mean,
yes, because they have responded to your question, and so go ahead. It's fair, please.
All right, thank you, Alinko. Yeah, Alinko, I'm glad that my fellow panelists have given me an idea about when they say fix the country, what exactly they mean. And Alinko, that specificity for me helps in the conversation. Now we can begin to take them one by one. Alinko, just even among ourselves, you see that when we said fix the country, we had different ideas, right? What we meant about fix the country. We had some that more or less intersected each other. Somebody wanted roads, somebody wanted our hospital, somebody wanted us to have a database system, somebody wanted corruption. So we had variation, just even among ourselves. So you can imagine the whole of Ghana and everybody saying fix the country. I'm coming. That is not a problem.
Let him finish.
Let me make my point. It is not. You see, when you want to solve a problem, remember, I'm an economist. Alinko. We tell you to prioritize, right? You list of things, and there's opportunity cost for everything. You don't have the resources to spare around, so you have to prioritize. So you have to first identify the list of items that you are talking about, and then based on your resource bucket, you can decide that okay, this is a priority for the people. The youth are looking for this one first. So let me probably devote more resources to this one first. But Alinko, what I want to say before we can go on your reading your comment is that all what they've said, I agree with the last speaker. There's an underlying problem, which is the root cause, as far as I'm concerned. That is the root cause. The root cause is what the last speaker just spoke about. You see, in economics, we talked about structural conduct performance. And the database guy who just spoke about database, ask him, if you go collecting requirement, business requirement, and you go and collect wrong requirement, and you build a system on that wrong requirement, you will not get the outcome that you're expecting. And he knows that. So what I'm telling you now is that if we want the system to work for us, we must first understand the structure of the system, because the structure that we have for ourselves will produce a certain conduct, and that will produce a certain kind of performance. And over 32 years, we've all seen what that structure has produced for us. The evidence is there for all of you to see. That structure that we have now is one of the issues that we need to fundamentally tackle first, before we add on top of it all the other solutions that we are asking for. And that is our constitution. The root cause of our problem, Alinko, ask yourself, how come two political parties are still not getting the needle, putting it right in the place where it ought to be? It tells you that the structure that they are working upon, there's something wrong with that structure. We need to change that structure. That will change a certain conduct of our politicians, and it will bring us a certain desired outcome. And like he said, we should understand our history too. Thankfully, J.J. Rawlings is no more. Our constitution was structured in such a way that at the time we needed
Did you say thankfully he's no more a president, or he's no more living?
No, he's no more with us. So the fear factor of if I change this constitution, like we had in the past, that the Rawlings factor and his royalists and people will come and try to attack the system and create chaos. That fear factor, we have bypassed that. We have gone past that level. So we should be changing the constitution now. Because at the time it made sense. You had a military leader and you wanted to, find a way to convince him to hand over power and bring us to this state. But once we are in this state, we cannot keep that system that had already served us to get that transition to this system. We need to refine this constitution and create a better constitution that works for all of us. And I think for me, that is the root cause. Once we fix that, Alinko, all the other demands that we are asking, we'll see that we'll have a different structure. They are legitimate demands. And as we go into the specific, we will discuss that. But I agree with my brother. The constitution that we have, Alinko, it's one of our biggest problems. And if we want to be able to get to some of this problem, we first have to start from there.
Excellent point, my brother. I think maybe it's fair to infer that African leaders try to take advantage of whatever political system or whatever constitution that was set for us due to colonialism, because our colonial masters did influence a lot of these constitutions. Now I'm speaking for the whole Africa now, because we know Nigeria has this problem. A lot of African, even the French-speaking countries, right? They're still paying their dues. Like it's like paying tithe to France. All right, and so they left us with this legacy. And it seems that because our leaders are, I don't know if they are greedy, most of our leaders, because they're greedy or just selfish, they know the fundamentals is broken, but instead of fixing it to the benefit of the entire country or the entire continent, they're rather taking advantage of it and feeding themselves at the expense of the masses. Is this a fair assessment?
It's greed.
Okay, so this is fair to say.
I think that you just hit it on the head. I would say that yes, like you rightly captured. There's actually research that shows that. So, for instance, Asmoglu and Rob Johnson has a study on Africa about how nations fails, and everything traces to institutions, because according to them, the colonial masters set up extractive or exploitative institutions. And because these institutions are extractive and exploitative, because it was meant for a purpose, our leaders, our current leaders, or who are Africans, have seen these institutions and have seen that, oh, these institutions play into our advantage, and they are also just making use of it. So it's just, I mean, for us in Africa, colonization didn't leave. It just changed hands from Europeans to Africans, and that's basically what it is.
It is right now. Okay. No, thank you so much for sharing. Let's get to our audience, take some comments. We'll come back to you guys. And this is, again, the Progressive Mind Show. Please feel free to keep sharing the feed and bring your questions. The number to ring in if you're in the States is 815-277-5047. Before I continue, Prince, you said you were in the diaspora. Can you give us your location?
I'm somewhere in Europe.
Somewhere. Somewhere in New York.
That's good. That's good. But you are not safe. Don't give
DJ FUAD are always on point from Asti. Well,
location like that.
We just won Better Ghana. Thank you so much, Courage, for your comment. Ntifua Ghana, if the contract begins, we should know and when it should be completed. Thank you so much for your comment. This is Kedinakbo Senam. Politicians are now the enemy. Ntifua Ghana says every money borrowed should be Google for every Ghanaian to know the purpose of the money. The constitution must stop the president appointing IGP and EC chairman. Okay, great point, brother. Well, this is my man, DJ FUAD. Everything should be database. If a contract is given, it should be given on Google for every Ghanaian to see. Looks like Ghanaians are really, really calling for accountability now. I wonder why we didn't do that maybe some years back. But, you know, at least our democracy is still growing, right? Nation is we're still a growing nation. Even though those that we started with have long gone past us. I don't know why.
Even
Rwanda is doing well. I don't know what the difference is.
Rwanda back in the day, see how things work. And right now, see.
Yeah, let's look at this comment real quick. Fix that can only be possible if we fix our constitution. Okay, I think we mentioned this point. What is the now? The point was made by some of the guests regarding. This is very important, that if we need to fix a country and we need resources, Daniel, you rightly put, we have to prioritize. And so that, Prince, this is where I disagree with you that, okay, everything has to be fixed. No, we need to prioritize, right? So Daniel, yes, I agree with you. We need to prioritize and allocate resources, and resources, we will say, are scarce. in Ghana, even though they're not supposed to be cars. But let's all agree that the resources are scarce. If the president is flying with a jet costing the country $17,000
so that he can bath in the skies.
Well, so I mean, the argument for the jet was that, yeah, he needs to take a good shower when he's flying. Okay, that really hit the guts of every Ghanaian. like it's like spitting in our face when we see people drinking water with animals, literally little children learning with stones. When we see mothers giving birth in poor conditions.
That's what
and you can have the leadership look in our face and say, in the midst of these things, these basic things, you can say that the president needs to take a shower in a jet that's costing $17,000 an hour. For the Ghanaian economy, bro. That is not fair. For
yes,
why do we give
that one to borrow money?
I don't think that information is right.
Go ahead,
Alinko. I don't think that information is right. That to shower. Let's not simplify the issues and make it.
But that's what you said. That was a response to the question of why.
That came from a minister of state.
Yeah,
a minister of state said that. Not an ordinary Ghanaian.
I listened to that interview. That was somebody misreporting the minister by saying, but if you gave that answer as a minister, Alinko, and I'm your president, I'll fire you, because that doesn't even make sense. If you know
why is he not fired?
But he hasn't fired.
That's what I'm telling you. Hold on. That's what I'm telling you. That I want us to first get the facts of the matter. I think there's a whole issue to that jet thing, which I disagree, right? Why we even rented that jet. But I don't want us to simplify it and make it like somebody had to just take a bath in a jet and leave it at that. I mean, some people who understand flight, that would be very simplistic of the matter. For me, the minister said he was misreported. So I want to believe that that is what happened. But there's a real issue to the jet issue that we have to focus our attention on, because that is where we can drive the conversation and have reasonable and independent people and Ghanaians come on board. If we make it a simple issue of somebody had to bath, we'll miss the issue, become political, and then this politician will get away with it. The real issue for me is that at the time that we rented this jet, per what Honorable Abla Kukujato put out there, we had our own jet sitting out there. It wasn't the case that jet was where there's a fault with it. It has been fixed. There was a fault before, it has been fixed, and the jet was well functioning. So it raises serious question as to if we were using our jet before and there's issues with it and we fixed it, why do we go renting another jet when our jet is sitting out there and it's working? That for me is a fundamental legitimate question. The executive or whoever made that decision needs to be answering to us and giving us some good, responses. And like you said, in the midst of when you are a government and you have people asking you to fix the country, and you are mentioning all these other concerns that people are seeing, in the midst of that anger, you go and rent a jet, then you are not being, a tactful politician. It means that you are being callous to the feelings of the people. And that can anger people. That can spark anger. And if people get little information, it might be wrong information, but because you're already in an angry mood, it's going to be hard to convince them to come to the right information, because what they are hearing and the justification you're giving them doesn't tie up. And for me, do you know what makes me sad about it? Before, we didn't used to have a presidential jet. We used to rent. And Kufuor, when he was leaving office, identified this problem and said we needed to get a presidential jet. He ordered 2 jets. At the time he was leaving office, he was not even going to use this jet. At the time we politicized it, we made a lot of money, but thankfully we got the jet and it came. So if the jet has come, we should not be going back to that era of renting jets again, because we knew that problem.
Because we are not able to hold people accountable.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, we saw that problem 8 years ago with President Kufuor, and we got our own jet. So why do we go back to this business of renting jet when our own jet is sitting out there? It's been fixed.
Absolutely.
That for me raises a lot of concerns, and for me, the people who are raising it should be looking at the meat of the issue and not like that said deal with this peripheral where somebody's misquoting somebody and making a mockery out of the issue.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I want us to look at this very important thing. Do you think that at this moment, the government, in the context of fixing the country, that's what we are all asking for, that's what the youth is asking for. I'll come to the celebrities and their responsibilities in this their responsibility when it comes to this campaign.
Yeah.
But you think that the government seem to be suppressing the people's rights to demonstrate? Do you see it suppressing the media in basically vocalizing their views, their objective views on how the country is being run, or at least how the government is responding to the fix the country movement? Let me start with what's his name, Prince, quickly. Do you, in your observation, do you think the government? Yeah, go ahead. If you heard me.
Yeah, I heard you. I heard you. I think it's actually something that I shouldn't even be saying, that we're being suppressed. But I mean, we've all seen things play out.
No, that's why you're on the show. I want everyone to be, you have to be inept. You have to go straight to the point. Here, we don't mince words. Okay, we haven't come along.
No, so I think it's.
Yeah, go ahead.
Very obvious to the objective eye that
no, it's not obvious to anyone. No, listen, bro, it's not obvious to everyone, because listen, we have the issue of tribal sentiment.
Remember, we're on Facebook, and our diaspora friends, our AKATA, what do you call it, our brothers who are seeking to come to Ghana, they are all listening to us. So let's even though we might know some of the things, let's point them out so that those who are not aware about the context will have that information.
Exactly. And Daniel, to just respond to that quickly, the word you just used, AKATA, is not it's a derogatory word.
I'm sorry, I'll redraw it. My apologies. Yes,
you know that.
Apologies, sorry.
Yeah, very derogatory. The meaning is APPIAH. I said that's the yeah.
Alinko, I apologize. I withdraw it. I'll say our brothers on the other side. Yeah, thank you.
Our African American brothers and sisters who are trying to come home because the year of return and all of that, and so it's very, very important. So that Prince, please, to you, is the government suppressing the people, especially the media, and are they suppressing people of expressing their democratic rights, which is to demonstrate? Yes or no?
Of course. I mean, the question, the answer to this question is of course, because I mean, we for 2 months, Fix the Country has tried to protest, and you would have the state institutions like the police service dragging us to court because of a protest, even to the extent that the Supreme Court declared, or the Supreme Court ruled against the whole idea of bringing that issue to courts. And even after that, we still had to go to the High Court to go deal with an issue in the High Court. So I mean, for me, I feel the state in itself is trying to use every means possible to suppress the youth, and it's because this is a non-partisan movement. Because usually when political parties would demonstrate, it has no significance. But then if non-partisan actors would rise up and find and see, like DJ Ford mentioned, that we see that the enemy is not any other person than the political institutions or the political structures, then they are scared. I mean, just 2 days ago, we all saw that the NDC put out a notice for a demonstration, which has been granted. What happened to Fix the Country? For 2 months, no protest was granted. It's a deliberate attempt to suppress everyone.
But I don't think that the NDC trying to demonstrate and Fix the Country demonstration is any different, right? Is there?
I mean,
I think it's different. I think it's different.
There's total difference.
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think it's different.
Quickly.
I think the NDC one is on the recent insecurity issue, but the Fix the Country issue is beyond that, right? It's a mirror of so many other issues, and they even started to seek for the permit even before the NDC. So how come that a group that is organic, we're looking for this same right, they didn't get it, but the political party comes and they get it?
And they get it.
What kind of system is that?
That's what I'm saying.
That signal is sending out there.
We have a caller.
Alinko, let me add something to.
Let's take this caller real quick. Okay, yeah. Yes. This is This is the Progressive Mind Show. Please tell us your name and why you're calling.
Hello, this is Chibodi calling from Madison, Wisconsin.
The only anti-Chibodi in Chicago, in Wisconsin. Go ahead, please.
Good show, good show, and
Thank you.
thanks to all the panelists for their passion.
Mm.
I wish it was a smaller, so that we could hear more of everybody.
Exactly.
Yes, but the thing was that it started out with a few people saying we don't want to make this an MPP thing, which was great, but then it sort of degenerated a bit into NDC. I mean, right there. And I'm glad that you're moving away again. One of the panelists said that they were not going to vote. I don't know whether it was one or two. And so I'm thinking, well, you're not going to vote. Who are you going to appeal to fix the country?
Exactly.
You're not going to vote. And there's a saying, I'm not sure of a person that said the price that the wise pay is when they allow the fools to rule or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't vote, somebody else is going to pick up and do. I mean, and believe me,
Yeah.
it is just an elite few that votes. They are going to make the decisions for you. Now, there was a gentleman who wanted to know what the Fix the Country was about. I was thoroughly disappointed because he, pardon me if I'm wrong, you cannot say that all these weeks past with specifics being given. When I looked at the social media handles, each person that has said Fix the Country would have brought something out. They say, look at the road. Chetenia or this hospital this way, or look at how the school system fix the country, hashtag fix the country. Every social media message has had something. So you see, this is where the problem again starts, where people are playing politics again. And with all due respect to the guy who said, oh, tell me what you mean. Then he says, everybody is different. Everybody is coming with different things. Of course, we are all coming from different angles regarding fixing the country. So the fact that my passionate German guy wants the hospital to be fixed, and somebody says the education, and somebody says corruption, which is a big deal. These are all different angles, but they need to be fixed. And even without anybody seeing the complaints that we've heard from people who go to Ghana, foreigners who come back and talk about the filth. I was so embarrassed when an African American friend of mine went to Ghana, came back and said, geez, what is this with the stench and the filth in your capital? And so for the guy to sit there, see, this is where the politics is being played, because he knows. He knows. And this is not about who. I mean, the stench was there during time, all the way back to Kufuor, all the way. So the politics is being played by you, I mean, not you, or a lot of you sitting there, because it's still being that it is a matter of this is Ghana, this is not working. We all know that it's not working, right? You can sit down and talk about your economics and your data, blah, 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 which I respect. However, the bottom line is things have to work.
Okay.
Go to Rwanda. Take something here and there. But anyway, please also allow that one or two who haven't spoken much, let them speak.
Yes. You're so right.
Thank you, Mom. This is crazy.
You are getting
I love your energy. This is crazy. I love it.
I'm not talking much because it's my first time, and also I thought that it goes from one stage to the other where everyone gets the opportunity not to interject.
Right.
And one would know the time frame of which he has to speak. Because if I start talking and somebody interject, it makes it much difficult for me. But I would prefer that's the reason why I'm quiet. Not that I don't have much to say.
Right.
And if you give me 10 minutes and say I know you've not spoken, I would have much to say. But where it makes it difficult for. I try to respect the show where you don't interject when people talk.
I respect that. I really appreciate that. Truly, I appreciate it. And it's just that you see on this platform we try to make it as organic as possible, and so we give room for people to express what it is that is on their hearts and on their minds. So feel free to interject. Okay, this is not CNN. It's not ABC. It's our own platform. It's for us, and so there's room for freestyle. Okay, so I'll give you the next 2 minutes to make a point that you wanted to make that you didn't get a chance to, and then we can go into looking at how. I mean, the question on the floor is government's role when it comes to suppressing people's expression to, these matters that's going on. Go ahead.
Yes, basically what it means is that the government acknowledges that it has failed the people of Ghana, and that is the primary reason why he is blocking people from venting out their, their concerns. And the overall thing is this, Alinko, it's not really, yes, the constitution to a very large extent. Okay, however, it still boils down to leadership. A leader with the vision, a foresight, a sense of purpose, a leader who understands the plight of the people, a leader with empathy, a leader who says that, look, the Ghanaian deserves much better than what it is. Therefore, the resources that are available would have to be distributed equitably so that everyone would have their own fair share. The issue of prioritizing, yes, we would have to prioritize, but I don't want to hear the word we don't have money. Who told you we don't have money? Who? Please, let's not have that. You see, you need to know how to raise money. No one has money sitting anywhere. It's how innovative you are, your understanding of leadership, what you want to bring to the table, and then you go ahead and you look for the money, and you go ahead and execute the project with the hope that as it brings relief and prosperity, the people would also do what? Contribute their quota in ensuring that they add value to whatever that you started. But is this what we see today?
Nope.
Are we excited with the leadership of today? Who should we blame? What were we told? We heard issues about one district, one factory, so on and so forth. Principle wise, I like the idea, but I knew that it was, it was a sham. You know why? Because when you look at what goes into a successful company, and you look at the environment of Ghana, the district, the rural areas, and you tell me that you're going to put factories everywhere, I would want to find out, first of all, what type of factory are you talking about? What type of factory are you talking about? So there and then it raises questions. You talk about free SHS and all that. Great, in principle. However, you see, you don't just implement things in a vacuum. You bring people together, stakeholders who understand what it is, the key players together and say, hey, this is my proposal. My dream is to ensure that every Ghanaian gets the opportunity to be in school. However, these are the resources available, and this is what we have. How do we collectively make it happen? It is meant to be progressive. If it was that easy, it would have been done way back during when FQ came to being. Okay, so things that you have said in the past as a leader that has caught up with you with time is what has called for the people of Ghana to say, now it's time for you to fix it.
Okay.
Everything that you said, it is time for you to implement it. If you're not implementing it, it means that you are of no use.
Okay.
And that is what we are faced with. We are not here to discuss whether we have money. We have the money. We had 84 ministers or something under President Mahama, which still it was way too much. Judging from the country of 30 million, 84 ministers, for me, it was way too much. However, another leader comes in, look at the resources and say, hey, these resources can take even up to 120 ministers with 1,000 people working at the Flagstaff House. Okay, let's put them in. So don't tell me we don't have money. It's a matter of priority.
Yeah.
How you prioritize your resources.
Yeah.
And the investment that you've made and the returns is what we are looking for.
Okay.
If we are not seeing returns and all we see is debt and hardship, then it means that you have failed as a leader. And that is the reason why Ghana is currently in this state where we are.
Okay.
That is what we need to do.
Before you add your voice to that, Ivan, we think that. Hold on a second. Before you add your voice, I want to proudly put this in context. We are directing these requests to the current leader of the country, and it's fair. When another one comes, this movement is not going to stop. The youth are wide awake now, so this has come to stay. The leader in question is His Excellency Nana Addo Kufuor. He's the president of the country. He's a leader of the MPP government. There's a man who has led Kumi Preku before. He's shown to be someone who loves to demonstrate, or at least leads the people to express their views on political issues. He's also given an example of the Arab Spring. So obviously, this is a man who believes in democracy, believes in demonstration, all of that.
He pretended to believe in them.
Hold on. At least
his actions.
Wait, Arnold. we don't have the facts to accentuate that he
No,
was.
No. I am saying this as a result of his output as a leader. You can't tell me that you believe in them. Please, one second. You can't tell me you believe in demonstrations of which you've been part and parcel of, and today someone would have to die.
So let me make a point.
Okay,
let me finish making.
So where lies the principle here?
Okay, let me finish making the point. You see where I'm going. Okay, so for that same person to become a president now, and to literally arrest people, right? For his government to arrest people. If he didn't effect the arrest, at least his government is doing it, and he's in charge of that. If people have been arrested for trying,
he's the commander-in-chief. He's the commander-in-chief.
Yes. Okay. So if people have been arrested for being for trying to demonstrate, if people are being shot, literally, okay, shot to death for literally trying to express their for the same reason. And during the elections too, we saw people being shot and killed for not trying to do anything. We've also heard one of his leaders, Joe Owusu, compare people who were shot and killed to armed robbers. Now, this is not what it's at in 2021. These leaders that we are talking about, including the president, have lived abroad, they've studied abroad. When they're sick, they come here, so they know what it is to run a democratic country or society. Is this government, and people are tooting and ascribe, people are looking at these things and are seeing traits of an autocracy. Are we right when we say that we are seeing glimpses of an autocratic leadership or autocratic government now in the country of Ghana? Let me have Ivan respond to that, since you already wanted to make a point.
Without doubt, we can say he is an autocratic leader, because you cannot sit on the plight of the people when they want to protest. We shouldn't. I mean, come on. My main concern is the media. One of the concerns that I have is the media. The media is in the pockets of the government in power, and I don't know why that is. Why that is even acceptable. I don't know. But
okay. So you agree to what I just said. Okay. Daniel, let's go around. Okay. So that we can keep it in order. Daniel, is it fair when people say this seems to be an autocratic government led by His Excellency Nana Addo Kufuor?
I think the word autocratic, I mean, it's hard, because you mean democratic autocratic government or what?
No, autocratic
government. I think
autocratic, he will fall under
autocratic leadership, where you don't allow people to express their views, and you just, because we know journalists have been picked up, when they're trying to just vent their opinions. So when you try to oppose or say something against the government, we know the result. We've seen what has happened, and we've also seen people being shot. We've seen APPIAH Odo being literally arrested for trying to demonstrate. So these are examples of what we will call, right? I mean, if we will call North Korea, the North Korea leader, will call him names, we'll call Putin names. So it looks like it, right? I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I appreciate what you're saying, but in as much as you want to allow these rights to be exercised, think about it. These rights were not constrained by some individual saying that, hey, by my say, you can't do this. If you talk about it, is the frustration they took them through. I, for once, did not wish that they took them through that frustration by trying to use the same democratic institution to stop them. I didn't like that.
That makes you autocratic. That makes you autocratic.
That makes you autocratic. Because if you arrest someone, Alinko, hold on.
Don't run away from
the
question.
Political science.
No, hold on. Matter. I mean,
No. Alinko, in political science, no, you use your words well. I mean, research about your words well. In political science, when you use words, they mean what they mean. When you use a court system and you use a law that you and I have passed to stop somebody from doing something, what do you call that? You said that is what? Autocratic? Is that my understanding, Alinko? Is that the understanding of the world?
Tell us what that means. No, tell us what that means.
A court system that the president himself does not respect.
My understanding here?
No, tell us. Okay,
no,
tell us what that means.
I just want to be educated.
No,
maybe
autocratic is when the president allows the same law.
That's autocratic.
Daniel.
Tell us what that means then.
Daniel, what?
No.
Daniel, that's why I said. Yeah, guys, please. That's why on this platform I said let's be specific. So Daniel, I gave you specific examples, right?
Exactly.
Okay, of what it could, it looks like when the government or leader is trying to be autocratic. Okay, and so with these examples, feel free to debunk it that it didn't happen. If it did, why?
That's what I'm going. That's what I'm going. Alinko, that's what I'm going. The fear order example that you gave, the police went to the court, right, and sought permission from the court to stop them from demonstrating. Alinko, if you tell me that this is autocratic, from why? I will tell you that.
Why? The question is why?
No, that. Hold on. The why aspect is where we can disagree. But I want us to get the fact first. Do we agree that they went to the court?
That is a technique.
So Ghana, nobody has the right to. So Ghana, nobody has the right to.
Using the court doesn't mean you are democratic.
You see, Alinko, please allow me just a minute. Alinko, just give me 1 minute. Please, just give me 1 minute.
I'll let you guys speak. But Daniel, if a system or a government led by a leader seem to have control of all the security apparatus and has authority over all the executive branches and uses them to his advantage, those are signals of an autocracy. Okay, so if you tell me that he goes through the judge and get a documentation to do some things right in favor of him, let's not get into semantics. Let's be real, bro.
Yes, and that is exactly where I want you to be fair to the judge.
Okay,
Alinko, you can't tell me that the judge out there. No, you see, I say it seems like. So you see, you are not even that, and that is the issue. I want us to be fair. Be fair to that judge. You can't tell me. Alinko, do you know for a fact that judge sitting out there took orders from the president that stopped this?
Okay, Alinko, can I come in for a second? Alinko, can I come in for a second?
This is why I'm saying that.
Let me come here. Let's face it.
Yeah.
We are running.
I didn't finish my point, but anyway, okay.
We are running a hybrid system. The three arms of government ideally are supposed to be independent, and a balance check for each other. However, our system provides where the executive authority gives mandate for the president to appoint the chief justice, appoint the IGP, and the president receives daily updates from all these key state institutions, and therefore he advises based on that. The president has heard, through the IGP, through the Minister for Defense, Interior, etc., that hey, we have some people who intend to go and demonstrate based on concerns. Mr. President, what's your opinion on this? The president will throw back, what do you intend to do? Well, based on what they said, we want to go to court and shut them down. And what would be the president's response? Go ahead. That's the reason why they went ahead and did it. So you can't take away the president.
Yeah. So Daniel, so let Daniel finish.
And who empanels the judges?
Yeah.
It's the CJ.
Exactly. So let him finish. Let Daniel finish.
So rewind back and start all over. Yeah. I'm listening.
No, I'm not starting all over. Like I told you, when I believe in something, I believe in it. That is what I'm going to say. I don't say things because people want to hear a certain thing. When from my conviction, I know that is not the right thing. That is not me.
Yeah. No, but you need to understand this, though. You need to understand it.
Let him finish. Yeah, go ahead.
I will make my point. I mean, we are all having a point. You have made your point. I get where you're coming from. Alinko, my worry with that thing is that I have a difficulty with when you are trying to stop people from demonstrating. But I'm not going to put it the way they are putting it. I, for instance, didn't like the idea that the police, whenever you want to go and demonstrate, they put these stumbling blocks on your way. Alinko, Theodore is not the first person that has been stopped from demonstrating in Ghana. And we know this for a fact. There have been instances in the past where people have decided that they want to go and demonstrate. And this same police institution will put these stumbling blocks, go to court. Sometimes they go with what they call third party, without even the knowledge of the person. And go and get some court order behind... on the blind side,
X party. It's X party.
I think Alinko, this is a defeatist approach. I thought we were making progress as a country.
We've mentioned.
I thought we were making progress as a country.
Daniel, specifics.
Why are we referencing the past?
Yeah, I'm giving you specific. There have been instances, right, where parties have. Well, I'll give you specifics. There will be an instance where, like, what do you call it? Occupy Ghana, right?
Okay.
Occupy Ghana. You know what we've heard about Occupy Ghana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've heard about Occupy Ghana.
I attended all their demonstrations.
Yes. Yes. When police will have to go to court, and when they go to court, they don't go with the party that they are trying to get an injunction against. They go with this legal term they call X party. When that party is not in court, and then they will seek an injunction when the judge has not even listened to the other party, and then the judge will grant, that injunction against the demonstration. I'm like, what kind of judge do you sit down and listen to instead of listening to two parties and deciding that whether the merit of what the police is saying makes sense or not? You grant them that favor because they're a police institution. They can be telling you, just me to say something that is false, something that is not the reality, just because they don't want to go and protect people. But for me, I don't like that approach. If people want to demonstrate and there's no security threat in the country, there's no immediate threat, why not? That is part of our democracy. That is the democracy we accepted for. You shouldn't be stopping them using this legal gymnastic, tools, even though in a democracy.
So in a nutshell, what would you call a system like that? The system that you're describing, how would you call it? If
In
it's
a
not
nutshell,
autocratic,
that's what
how
I'm
would
trying
you
to tell
describe
you.
it?
It's not autocratic because they are using the
It is
law,
what?
but they're using it for
It is what?
with the wrong
Okay, correct us. So it is what? Based on what you yourself you've said. Correct us. It is what?
So that is a true democracy, in your opinion. What?
In a democracy, you use the law. So if somebody uses the law to frustrate you, don't think that they are wrong. They are using the same laws that you have given them.
Using the law against the people.
Okay.
So what is going on is democratic.
If somebody hold on, if a government uses your own laws against you, what will be the root cause of the problem? You have to go and change the law if you don't like it.
Who changes the law?
Complain.
Who changes the law?
Thank you. Who changes the law?
You see, you are getting the whole thing. No, you see, there's a script and a letter. I guess you know that.
The law will be changed. The law will be changed.
The judge knew that. The judge knows that more than I think you do, and he still granted them that.
Okay, so no, I'm saying this with respect to the argument that you're making.
Prince,
I'm saying this with respect to the argument that you're making. That there are conditions surrounding whichever law that exists. However, when it is being abused, it is not what it defeats the purpose of which it was established for. And that's what we're talking about. That means you move from a democratic environment to an autocratic system.
Exactly.
So
that's what it is.
Can I come just 1 minute?
Yes, go ahead.
Because I really want to know. So
RATTY,
we don't like the people don't have the right to demonstrate or what? That's what I really want to know. That's the question I really want to know. Because as a Ghanaian, I say, people don't have the right to voice out. That's really
Kenyans did not pick up arms. They followed their constitutional rights.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what they got. Somebody got shot and killed.
Somebody got shot and
you think it's not autocratic?
Okay, Daniel.
Or worse than that.
Daniel, do you think what happened? How about Ejura? Okay, this is an example of what transpired. We know of the Ayawaso wagons shooting. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the correction. And then now we're seeing this shooting. We heard of the Zongo 7. Okay, why?
Okay, so
Alinko, if I can draw a correlation real quick. What happened to Ejura is as a result. You see how street life, when they want to take somebody out, they write your name on a paper and it's gone. That's what happened to Ejura. And MCE gave a warning letter to Kaka for expressing his opinion, and the next minute he was gone. Strike it all the way to what happened to Ahmed Swaleh. Someone sat in his radio station and called for his head, and a few days later, that man was gone. So that is the system that we are practicing today in Ghana. So that's the correlation I wanted us to draw.
North President is actually doing that. Not the North Korea is doing that as far as democracy and Francis.
Yeah, I think that for your thing is the thing is breaking up. Prince, I'll let you come in, but Daniel, it's difficult to wrap your head around, the correlation that Arnold just, established, right? When it comes to this shooting and killings. Now, we've all lived in Ghana for so many years. We're all Ghanaians. I think this is about the first time we've seen the rampancy of these things, right? People have lost their lives one way or the other, but these things it seem to be too concurrent, and we haven't seen this before in the history of Ghana, right? And so people be now in the exception of
we've seen it before.
No, wait.
We've seen many things before.
I was going to fine tune my comment in the exception of the military era. Okay, that's what I mean.
We are talking of the constitutional era.
Not only in the military era. In the constitutional era, some of this has been happening. Just that what is happening right now is in a higher proportion.
That's what I'm saying.
Since 1992, every election year, people get killed. It could be the NDC in power. People get killed. The MPP in opposition will make noise when they come to power. No justice for the killed people. Right now,
let's correct it. No, let's correct it. No, let's correct it. Let's correct it. Let's correct this. Let me correct this. Okay, when political parties,
this one is different. This one is
when
different.
They clash. No, hold on. Let me clarify this. Let me clarify it. The difference here is that when supporters meet during election time, somebody loses their life. It's most unfortunate. But where you have state-sponsored terrorism, where the soldiers, the police are the ones doing the killing, that's a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what we're talking about here.
And apart from that, I was also comparing that to the recent shooting of people, which is not in connection to political election processes, or it's just purely someone demonstrating for trying to express their rights, right? Trying to express their views on what is not going, things that are not going right in the country, and loses their life in that manner is what I also linking it to. Okay, these things are becoming, and then it's unfortunate that Joe also calls a group of people that were killed and compares them to armed robbers. Like, as a leader of the Republic of Ghana, you even if they were armed robbers,
as a lawmaker, he is a lawmaker,
bro. Even if they were armed robbers, come on now, like that extent of demeanor of human life of the people that you're ruling, the people that literally put you into power, is appalling. I've met Joe Owusu. He came to she came to Chicago. We met. We did a couple of things. But I'm heavily. I of course I have all of the kind of respect that I had for him. But I completely lost it. For a leader and a lawmaker to make such a statement to fellow Ghanaians, I'm Ghanaian too. Literally, utterly no respect for human life. It's unacceptable. But he's going to come to America. He's going to come here and have meetings
and abide by the law
and do stuff. And that type of thing is not allowed here. And I'm sure he probably has families here, which he does. And I just want to use this opportunity to express my utter disappointment with that comment that he made. But Prince, you've had your hand up for a long time. Please go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let him talk.
So I would say that, look, military should not be involved in, should not even shoot or fire any shots on internally within the country or within the territories of the country.
Yeah.
You live in America, right? I don't think the military has the right to shoot or to even fire a shot within the internal territories of. Exactly, it won't happen. So if you have a country where the military are the first people to respond to any issue about riot control or any issue about mass gathering, what do you call it? I mean, it's something that
Alinko, can I come in briefly?
We need to be very objective about this, but I would personally want to move away from this conversation. The thing is, I was really hoping that we would make this conversation about the diaspora and how they fit into the fix the country agenda, because it's important that we move past what the problems are and move towards how we all mobilize ourselves towards pushing for this agenda, because I feel that this movement is in, we all agree that this movement is in for Ghanaians. But then how do we mobilize? How do we rally behind this movement to ensure that the changes that this movement, that Ghanaians across the globe are voicing out, would be implemented? And I believe that this is how I feel we need to move towards the conversation. I believe strongly that the diaspora has a role to play in this movement. The diaspora, you have people all around the world who have seen different systems and how different systems operate.
Yeah.
One, we all have families back home. We can engage them. We've seen these systems and we need to talk to our families. We can also come together, mobilize support for this Fix the Country movement. Look, the truth is, all this while, we've maintained that we are a non-partisan movement and that these movements, some of these things cost money. How do we even finance the movement? Because trust me, if the political powers that be decide to sort of strangle this movement by trying to starve or block every means possible, every mobilization effort or every funding measure that we have, then it means that well, they are trying to curtail the movement. And it's important that we drum home this important agenda.
Bro,
I would
Chris,
entreat
I don't
everyone listening to us. I'm coming. I would entreat everyone listening to us. Just go to, we all have internet. If you want to find any information about this movement, go to www.fixthecountry.gh.com. Every information that you have, every information that you want, how to donate, how to organize yourself, what to do, how to sustain, it's there. Make sure that we all abreast ourselves with this information as well. And Prince, I believe that's how we can also boost
Alinco. Hopefully I'm not mistaken, but I don't think that Fix the Country is a different entity aside of the entire population of Ghana, which is trying to do something that other Ghanaians are not really concerned about. I don't think so. I think if that is the case, if it's a movement on its own, okay, then that is separate, because I'm not privy, I'm not aware of funding and all of that. I think it's something that was started that everybody hones in, and all Ghanaians are adding their voices too. So if you're going on demonstration, it's the whole Ghanaian society that is going on a demonstration, especially those who think that things are not working well. Is that a case, or this is just an independent organization?
So like you're saying, it's an independent. It's not an independent organization. It's an organization that represents the Ghanaians. What Ghanaians are saying, what
who is your leader?
Common people are saying.
Who is the leader?
Amplifying. We don't have a leader. There's
Good.
No leader.
So in that case, if this organization, hold on a second. If there is not, it's not a known leader, but there has to be donation and all. Who is in charge of, who coordinates and mobilizes these donations and the efforts of this movement, which is something that bugs my mind a little bit, but we can look at it on another set. DJ FUAD, you've been away for
important, and yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'll let you come in, Prince. I'll let you
DJ FUAD come in, and then I'll probably come in later.
Yeah. Go ahead, DJ FUAD.
Okay, thank you, Alinco. I think that we should all be fair to our brother Daniel. I hope that's the name. Our brother who represents the MPP.
Daniel AMPONSAH. Yes.
I feel the shoes you are wearing, but unfortunately, and I've said this on my TV show, that unfortunately the MPP feels like it is the victim, but it is the delay, because every government needs the kind of citizens that Ghanaians have been, especially the youth. Every government needs a bit of sober, a bit of timid and conformist citizens, family kind of citizens to develop. America had that. Europe used religion to make their citizens not care about what politicians are doing. And at that time, where they were concentrating on heaven, the Western Europeans used that silence of the citizens to develop their countries. And after that, they started bringing atheism and all of that, because they also felt that, okay, if a group of people who believe that there's a better place more than Europe, America, if we don't take that idea from their mind, all the beautiful things, strategies that we put in place, they can get it destroyed within 50 years. So they use the same system, which is religion, that makes people love poverty, not complain, to develop. And after that, they said, okay, we need to limit their anidaso on religion. so that when we, the leaders who built this America, this London, when we are gone, they will see that this one, if you die and you have a heaven to go, you go. Ghana had this beautiful thing without even putting all the things in place. Ghana natural cement and forming youth and citizens all together. 32 good years, they didn't do it. So my brother Daniel, sorry, you have to sit in this shoe. But someone, you were saying that what is going on is not autocracy. See, those of you in the US, there's this former congresswoman called Cynthia McKendy, if I got the name right. Okay. She said something that they are using democracy to commit crime against democracy in the name of democracy. And anytime a system uses democracy to commit crime against democracy in the name of democracy, that is autocracy. You can call it oligarchy, and you can call it whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Now, why would I also call it autocracy? That the president has put out a law that there should be 15 people at funerals. And you all know the number of people who were at Sir John's funeral. Sure. If I were the president and an activist as he is, or maybe an activist as he used to be, he can even say that I'm leaving the funeral because of what I'm seeing here. And as I said, it is all because of the constitution that we are running. President Mahama went to parliament to pass a bill that no civil servant can collect or receive a gift beyond 300 Ghana cedis. Months after he passed that bill, he collected a gift of $100,000 as a FUAD expedition from a Burkina Faso.
That's untrue. That is untrue. That is untrue. So that is untrue.
Can you? Okay.
That is untrue.
That is why, bro.
Which one was untrue?
Wait,
that is untrue. That statement.
Let me make my case.
I wanted to clarify my case. I wanted to clarify that. You're making reference.
So let me finish. Let me finish.
What's his name?
Please wrap it up.
Let me finish.
Manasseh, you're referencing to Manasseh, right?
Yes.
Let him finish.
So what I'm saying is that the president made a law in parliament, passed the law by parliament that a civil servant cannot collect 300 Ghana cedis. He go ahead to receive 100,000. If you say it is not correct, that's another case. Then the same a few years down the lane, President Akufo-Addo says 15 people can go to a funeral, and 5,000 and beyond people go to a funeral.
Well, okay, he breaks the law.
15 people.
Yeah.
Yes, 15 people cannot go to the court with a placard or a T-shirt written "Fix the country," and they get arrested. That is autocracy. And finally, Ghana is living in the shadows of the J.J. Rawlings military regime. We've not come out of it. The NDC MPP enjoys it. That is why whenever they are in power, the first call of duty is the military. If you are more than 30 years, you will see how JJ used the military, and you see how the MPP and NDC use the military. So for me, I'll continue to say the solution is leadership and the constitution. And as far as I'm concerned, 32 years is enough to know that the NDC and MPP are not ready to change it because they make money from it. They kill without going to court or jail. They practice corruption without being questioned with the constitution, and they are not ready. And if we need a solution to fix all of it, and we have to prioritize, first we have to face the constitution, and the NDC and MPP cannot. They've shown that they will not fix it.
Okay, so who is going to fix the constitution? No, just regular folks cannot fix the constitution.
So we need to.
Alinko, can I come here? Alinko, can I come here?
So Alinko, you said that we have to continue voting. Yes, we have to vote, but I think that we need an independent candidate. Yes, you can say he's a human being. Yes, but if you see the anger that the Ghanaian is using to divorce the MPP and NDC, that independent candidate will do something at least better than what the NDC and MPP have given us in 32.
Alinko, can I come here?
Alinko, can I come in here? DJ FUAD, do you have one in mind?
Maybe himself. He'll be a good candidate.
I don't think that's a question.
Can I come in here?
No.
Quickly, Arnold, quickly.
Yes. You see,
from US, Kofi Granton, I think that we should give him a try.
FUAD. DJ FUAD. You see, let me put this in three perspectives.
Yes, sir.
You know, if the current usage, of the so-called, security men are real military people, that would have been a different story. But what we have, they are not military men. They are not trained ethical military men.
They are NDC and MPP protocol.
Hold on. Please, hold on. I would want us to deal with substantive of what it is right now.
So,
okay.
Because I want us to come back
and
to
the proposal is this: fix the country would have to sit down, and here I'm talking about what the diaspora can do, or in general, fix the country would have to sit down and put their proposals on the table, write it down, how they want education to be, how they want our infrastructure to be, how transparent we want our system to be. Put these measures down, okay, and use that as your weapon, to seek justice. Now, finally, I'm trying to rush things up. Now, in conclusion, it isn't we are Ghanaians, we are who we are, and we would have to get out of it. What we need to do is that, for example, fix the country would have to analyze all the various manifestos that will come out. Okay, and then you would have to go out there and start advocating that, look, all these things that you've put out there is the same thing. Take it off. These are the things that will enlighten the people, help enlighten the people, and the people will rally behind you. That is where all of us will support with our resources. We want a party that will come to power and say, we will change the constitution. We're not going to give too much powers to the president. Hence, for the judiciary will be independent for what it is. The military and all these people, there will be a limit of which the president can't even touch them. Okay, so if they are needed, they will use their technical skills and advice. The president is not a military officer by training. By constitution, he is just the head, and it ends there.
Arnold,
so fix the country would have to position itself in a technical way to make that change.
I'm sorry to cut you, but fix the country and in itself, it's not the I think the vision of fix the country is what we're all looking at, right? Fix the country cannot do anything on its own, nada. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. So fix the country would have to have a bargaining chip, like what you're saying. We have all these people following us. We have all the youth, or we have most of the youth in the country believing what we are doing. Because when you go on a demonstration, it's not just going to be people who believe in people who belong to that organization alone, who are literally, in there going back and doing stuff back and forth. It's going to be all Ghanaians who believe that the country needs to be fixed that will follow you. And so I think that we have to use this bargaining chip. That be it NDC or NPP or any third party that comes up, you guarantee us that you change the constitution. And if you do that, we're all going to vote for you. If we can use that as a yardstick for any political party going forward, specifically both the two major parties, I think we can get something if they guarantee that, because it's the fundamental of all our problems. Because guess what? Even in the US, there has been so many billionaires who have tried to become independent candidates. I don't think it's going to change in Ghana. NPP, NDC, one of them is going to it's always going to run affairs. So
Alinko, you have no idea. You have no idea what is happening, what is coming.
Okay, I do.
The US have developed themselves for 200 years. So in the US, if they put a madman at the White House, US is still be running. In Ghana, it's a different ball game altogether. We are now a digital generation.
And you see, I would even suggest that in the future, the state sponsors fix the country.
We cannot have
because it serves as a good yardstick.
Okay, good. What's the name? Ivan, please go ahead quickly, and then we can talk. I want us to look at, after Ivan has come in, I want us to look at the responsibility of some of the people we call stars. Right, our celebrities.
But I have a question. I really want to put it out.
Okay,
just a 1 minute. Just a 1 minute, please. This goes to what do you call our that's Mr. What's his name?
AMPONSAH.
AMPONSAH. Yeah, genau. Yeah, Mr. AMPONSAH. Yes, please. Yeah. There's a question I really want to ask. Let's watch it. Once again, the time now. election, no, and also almost to our parliament house, no, we saw what was going on and everything.
Yeah.
Please, let's be very, we all as a Ghanaian, but see what they did. Carlos Ahenkra, Afa, in Krata di Johnny. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
You see, there was police and soldiers there.
Up to date.
Nothing happened.
I know that can't autocracy, no.
Please, let me just thank you. Let me finish this. Nothing happened. Owe someone kind of said, I did it for my party. That's what he said. But sebe yese bianca menu mienu ebia ya hu bia na nke bowura ho ne koye say ya. And I think say by this time the person say wongu ya ebianca by this time ke bi kwa na baby edi na to.
Yeah. That's true. That's
what
true.
you say.
Yeah, thank you.
What would you call so?
Yeah.
You see? Yeah. But see what happened. Obia or no our country, as a Ghanaian, no who said near Mount Koso. Now he want to voice out just to go.
Yeah.
Just to go and voice out and everything. They are blocking them. Yeah. But see this country.
Yeah.
See, on the 5th May every year, bro. Trust me. Come and see how even here they say the system is working. Even these white people, they said no, the system is not what you call working for them because they are salary and everything. Thank you. They say it's not even enough for them, and they are fighting for it. Yeah. They are fighting. When it comes to demonstration and this, you can see how they are fighting with the police and they don't even shoot.
They don't shoot. Yeah, you can't shoot.
They don't shoot. They are just protected. If you fool, they will arrest you and everything.
So it is sad that Ghanaians can be shot when
you see what happened at the Parliament House. Let's put everything. Yeah.
And it will interest you that most of the NPP
what happened at the Parliament was a planned drama that the NDC and NPP staged to cover the increment of their salary as parliamentarians and the increment of their ex-gratia. They increased their ex-gratia a day before that drama in Parliament. And in order for the media not to talk about
not at all. Not at all.
Mine is just gonna be quick. I just wanna mine is gonna be quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
With regards to MPP and NDC, let's scratch all those people. Yeah. See, they cannot offer us anything. Now, what is our solution? We know we cannot get rid of them, but the youth is rising. Me, I'm for the youth. The youth is rising. Now, what we have to do is ask them for a development plan. And we have to have them sign it and make it into a law. We have to have them sign it. And you tell me, hey, when you come this time, don't tell me I'll give you 4 years. Give me 4 years and I'll do this, and just say it with your voice. No, we need to have it written down and measure what you have said based on what you have written down. If that is not done, there needs to be an accountability for that too. What needs to be done when your promises are not fulfilled? It's like we just give them the opportunity to come and lie to us and just say whatever they want to say. We know we cannot do anything with these two parties. Like you said, in the United States, Democrat and Republican, they are going to remain in the high esteem forever and ever. Same thing with NDC and PP. But what we can do to change it is what? Have them give us a development plan. Give us a development plan and have it written down and sign it into a law. That is it.
Okay. Yeah, I think again we should have a bargaining chip for one of these two parties. But DJ FUAD is saying there's a rising. At least he's insinuating that there's a rising powerhouse or power force that might bamboozle or knock out NPP or NDC, eventually become the ruling government in Ghana. And it seemed far-fetched, but look, anything can happen. So DJ FUAD knows what he's talking about. Prince, you had your hand up. We have to take a few comments. So many comments. Prince, if you can make it quickly so we can get to some of the comments and try to wrap up.
So my comment would be, it borders on what DJ FUAD mentioned. It's not that there is a rising third force or a rising like any other feature, any other new
political party
actor coming in. No. But it's the rising force of enlightened Ghanaians, a rising force of Ghanaians who can see the issues for what they are now, right? And that is the most important thing that we need to emphasize, that Fix the Country, or the movement about Fix the Country, is to amplify or bring awareness to the issues. The propaganda that has covered our eyes and has blinded us to the development challenges of the country is gradually being taken out. And it's important that we emphasize that, because an informed citizen would be enough to ensure that whoever, no matter who we put in power, whether if it's NDC, whether it's MPP, they would ensure that they would do what the citizens would ask them to do, because the citizens will not allow them to sleep on the job. And that is the third important force that we need. Is that force? Is that kind of force for me?
So that third force has to back one government, one political party to do that, right?
Yes.
Daniel. Prince, sorry.
Look, the truth is, it doesn't necessarily have to back. I don't care.
But then, how do you, bro? Hold on, Prince.
Look. No.
Give me 1 second.
Alinco,
let me clarify my question. Let me clarify my question. Hold on.
You see, Prince, if you give Prince the whole day, he cannot be affirmative on that because of where he's coming from. And I agree with him. But I'm saying that the Ghanaian youth.
DJ FUAD, I'll let you all, the two of you, chime in on this, because I kind of have an idea where you're coming from. But what I'm saying is, you can be all informed, you can be informed all you want, okay? But somebody is going to have the power to implement whatever you are informed of or informed about. And at the end of the day, you have to be able to get that person to front your opinion or to front your cause.
That's where the bargaining chip comes in.
That's all I'm saying. So let's be real here and say we want this, we want, but if there's nobody there that would literally make things happen for you, you're being informed is it's got nothing to do with politics.
Alinco, the reality is that Fix the Country as a movement want to stay as neutral as they are, because in Ghana, the moment you bring NDC and MPP closer to anything, it becomes poisonous. It destroys, and they don't want that to happen. I support Fix the Country, but I say that I also deal with the youth on the fringes, and I know youth who are so entrenched, and their marriage is over.
So how are you going to bring change?
We are looking for a third force. That third force is coming.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that. That third force is coming. I think we dropped him, unfortunately, due to another work. Prince, quick. I know I keep coming to you and I keep saying quickly and the reason why I'm saying that is we've gone past our time, but this is a very important topic. It's huge. There's a lot of people on the platform, and we get it that maybe we should keep the number down, but we also need, we need the voices. We need different perspectives of the diasporans, because we see what we see here and we are concerned. And that's why we have it mixed up the way it is. So please bear with us with our audience. I know a lot of comments have come in and I haven't been able to read them. I would try and get to them. And to my guests, please forgive me for interjecting or maybe rushing you. It's not on purpose. It's just because we're trying to manage the time. Prince, how is your group, or how is the Fix the Country movement guys looking to literally get things done when it comes to it? What's the way forward?
So I think the way forward is one thing we need to do is to continue on our efforts in educating ourselves and getting people to understand that it's not, your development will not come from only Accra. You belong to a district assembly. You belong to a district structure that has an MCU, a DCE, and development is done at the local level. Hold these people responsible. Hold these people accountable. You voted for a member of parliament. Hold these persons responsible or accountable for the things that they promise, the things that you feel needs highlighting. Make sure these people know about it. Document it. At the end of the day, go back to these people and ask them, when we gave you the mandate for the next 4 years, what happened to it? What did you do? What did you do with this? And it's through this enlightenment that, one, if there's any rise of a third force, it will come from this enlightenment, because people would now see things for themselves and be like, oh wow, these people will not solve our issues for us. Then maybe we need to come together and push for another person or push for another agenda. And I think it's through this education, it's important that we drum home the message and center on educating ourselves. Not education in formal sense, but education in the simplest language. Go to the market, go to the churches, go to the mosques. Let everyone be involved. Let everyone know what he or she is entitled to as a citizen of Ghana. Because like you said, leaders are voted, and we have laws that should mandate these leaders to deliver. At the end of the day, what are the KPIs upon which we would measure these leaders for? But it's important that we drive home.
We give them the power.
Once we do that, we can do that.
So we give them the power. Yeah. So we have to choose the leader that we believe will do the things that we want, right?
Yes,
of course. Okay, and we should be able to also hold whoever we choose accountable.
Okay, yeah. And we have to be strategic with it. You all think that somehow tribalism has gotten us as a people to the point where our leaders have taken advantage of us and have misused our resources as a country? Do you believe that that has been the case as a people?
Alinko, I think you didn't hear my question. You heard everybody. You skipped me.
I skipped you, right, Daniel? Okay, Daniel. Right. But Daniel, quickly. But I also think that
under 1 minute. I can do it under 1 minute. Don't worry.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Alinko, the German. My brother from Germany asked a good question, and I wanted to address that. Alinko, those are the things that I call the disconnect, right? Look at what happened in Parliament. Why is it that the police have not taken interest in that matter? You see,
we can take to the commander-in-chief.
I'm coming, Alinko. I'm coming. That is why I'm saying that if you don't understand the structure and the system that we are working with, right, you would be so much annoyed to the extent that sometimes you feel like nothing makes sense.
Okay,
Alinko, the gentleman asked a good question. If the people in Techiman could interrupt a counting process and that could lead to some scaffold, how come the people that we trust as MPs, we use the word honorable? One of the things that I don't know where Ghanaians got that title from. A honorable doing the very things that are dishonorable, and yet we have the title honorable, calling them honorable. How do we even understand that word? What is that word supposed to mean to us?
From our colonial masters, just as our judges were the week.
I'm coming. So these are some of the disconnects that sometimes it doesn't make sense, right? You tell me you are honorable, you go to Parliament, you passes that same law that another person in Techima was trying to violate, that call for insecurity and led to unfortunate death. You come to the house where you are supposed to make sure that the sanctity of that law it's upheld and demonstrated to the whole world that yes, indeed, this is a house of law, and this is where when we pass the law, we ensure the laws are obeyed. Right there in front of us in the camera, we violate that law. How come the police hasn't taken interest in that matter? Is that house different from the people that they make those laws for, that are supposed to obey those laws? And these are some of the disconnect. And this is the thing that I'm saying, that if we are not careful and these things piled up, a time is coming, nobody will listen to anybody. Like this guy said, there's a rising youth. The age that we live in, if the politicians have forgotten, we live in the technology age. People don't have to be in Ghana to influence what happened in Ghana. They can be anywhere in the world and influence the things that happen in Ghana. That is the age in which we are. Alinko, we are here and we are discussing Ghana. Do you know the number of people who are listening to us from Ghana?
Yeah.
Do you know how many people are influencing through our conversation? The landscape has changed. The rules are not going to be the old rules that used to give them the liberty to get around things. We all watch what happened in Parliament, sitting here right in America, and watch on TV the unfortunate incident that happened in Parliament. So the police, I'm telling them that if they want us to respect them, and if they want we the citizens to support them, especially in an era of terrorism, and give them information, they must be consistent with their actions. They cannot be picking and choosing. When it suits them, they favor the politicians, and when it is the ordinary person, they exact a different kind of punishment for them. That system is a system that is not working for all of us.
Should the president have fired the IGP maybe for not acting
Alinko,
right
he
in
should have
that instance?
resigned. If it was in this country, Alinko, civil society would have asked for the IGP to resign.
Long
What kind
time.
of law?
Long time.
What laws are you? What laws are you
David
upholding for the
himself.
people?
Yeah.
He's gone.
What law? What laws
Okay.
are you upholding for the people? If it
That's
was in
true.
this country, they would have asked him to resign. Or,
He will
but
resign
Alinko, let
himself.
me come to the other issue. My last wrap up. Alinko, my brother who talked about development plan. Alinko, you see, why do we need a development plan? It's because of this same constitution that we've had for ourselves, right? That ensures that one party wins power and bring their manifesto, and whether you disagree about some aspect of it, you have no choice. You have to live with that. This same structure is what is giving the rise for this what do you call it, development. I believe in that development plan concept. As a country,
But there has to be a continuity.
Right, fix the country, like my brother said. I think it's ARNOLD. My brother said, fix the country should come with a technical proposal that outlines what they want to see. And I want to believe that there was a group that put together a development plan. I think ask yourself, where is that plan? Have they been shared with Ghanaians? Do we even know what is in there? We really need a development plan that puts all of us and prioritize that this is what we need to do within the next 3 years, within the next 4 years, within the next 5 years. Like he said, then we can measure. Irrespective whether you like it or not, MPP and NDC, they are not going to go away. You can wish that away, but the reality is that they are going to be with us, and either one of them will win political power and come back. So the development plan thing, like you said, which is a bargaining chip that we can have codified in law, we know that in the next 5 years, if you come, this is what the Ghanaian people are expecting that you do.
There you go. There you
Therefore,
go.
stick to it and stick to that plan, so that another government doesn't come and go and stop another government project, go and continue its own project, and then we'll be wasting money around. Meanwhile, we don't have the resources to waste around.
I love that. Now, how much is our problem that of tribal sentiment versus, or tribalism versus poor leadership? Arnold, you haven't spoken in a while. Quickly.
You know, tribalism. You know, this would have to be placed in a context, because
no, when it comes to our political, when it comes to where we are today,
it's quite pervasive. It's quite pervasive, you know. And a point is, why is it that important? You know, why is it that important? Because people align with political parties either based on family line, but it's pardon me if I can get some time. This, you know, requires, you know, it's quite a bit of an issue. People join political parties based on interest. That's the bottom line. It is nothing more, nothing else. Politics is all about interest. Either because you are my family member, because you are from my church or the same religion, either you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are tall, or I don't like you. All these things are interest that people look out to vote. Now, tribalism is as a result of pride. That's what it looks like. That this is ours. We are the reason for this. Or whatever language, how you want to put it. And that sometimes takes the better part of seeing through what the issues are supposed to be. And you look at the general levels of our appreciation when it comes to politics and education in Ghana. The strong people will take advantage of the feeble, using the word advisably, the ignorance. In the various areas, and say, hey, this is what it is. I don't want to cite examples, but for if a politician stands somewhere and says that when it comes to resources, it is from a particular area, a particular region, and therefore they are the ones that are supposed to rule. They are the ones that are supposed to govern all the time. That's a tribal sentiment right there.
Yeah.
Okay, and it feeds into other people's minds.
There you go. So no point made. I want to Ivan. How much of our problem is of tribalism versus bad leadership?
They're intertwined.
Well, it plays a role, like my brother just said. So people follow political parties based on the
appearance and then
your appearance and where you come from.
Yeah.
So not based on what
you have it,
what you can bring to the table, right?
Right, not what they can bring to the table, but based on where you feel like, oh, where people are for MPP, and Ashanti people are for MPP.
Yeah. Would you say that as a country, Ghana, we have found ourselves here
because of that?
Okay, good. Straight point. Thank you. I love it.
Because of that.
Because
But we
of
need,
tribalism, all that.
we need to move from that.
From there. Good.
We have to stop it, not even to move, to stop it, because tribalism and the queen politics. I know that
Masa, Ratty me also. DJ FUAD. Same question to you, please. Same question, DJ FUAD. You can hear us. Daniel, quickly.
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Alinko.
Yes, please respond to this one. Straight.
Can I?
Yeah, to the point.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So tribalism has really played a bad role, leading to where we are right now.
Hold on. I'm saying tribalism versus bad leadership. Which one takes preeminence? Which one is more of the reason why we are here today?
Okay, they are moving together. They are intertwined. You cannot separate and deal with each other separately, because the politician takes advantage of the trap.
Well,
use it against the people.
Okay.
Can I come in briefly?
No, respectfully. Well, because you already had a chance to respond to this, so yeah, APPIAH, but Arnold, I'll let you come up with. So don't lose that point, Daniel.
Yeah, Alinko, I think that for me it's leadership. If you have leadership, you can solve the other problem.
Okay.
Look at the example of Rwanda. Rwanda had the tribal issue, right? But leadership is trumpeting that issue, right? I think that if you have leadership,
wait, you're in the same example you gave, that issue, that tribalism Rwanda had, plunged the country into chaos. Okay, so I don't think that tribalism in this sense can be compared to their political regaining of their country. I mean, the regaining of the country, to politics. Because that problem literally destroyed. No, that problem literally destroyed Rwanda.
I'm giving you an example that leadership can resolve that tribalism issue. That's the point I'm trying to draw your attention to. Leadership is on top. Because like Rwanda is an example. They had that tribal issue, but today because of leadership, do you hear about that issue anymore? So leadership can resolve that other issue, but tribalism cannot resolve the leadership issue necessarily.
Okay, so to you, do you think that we are here more because of tribalism and poor leadership, or do you think tribalism is on top of leadership, or leadership is more of the reason?
Well, I would say leadership first, and then tribalism also plays a part. You can't discount that, but leadership is key.
Oh, good. Madam Ratty, to you, why are we here? Do you think it's more because of tribalism or because of bad leadership?
Bro, the currency is the same. Minka now. And you should name the Ghana for the.
Okay.
And you should name any queen because see him say the power bet me ya dinner year. You're shedding the pan, the real free. The background in the home croneba. I don't know Ghana for tribalism. I know there. Politics, especially Ghana.
Yeah,
because we are Sante, we are Chim, we say there be a ma may say way because of ye there be a of away. And only idea the currency, tribalism, and the bad leisure, what do you call it? The same.
Okay, good, Prince. Prince, from your own estimation, among the two, which one is on top? The reason why we are now trying.
So I would say, no, I think they are. I mean, you cannot disconnect them. Leadership and tribalism goes hand in hand. Tribalism fuels bad leadership. That's basically it. Because we have bad leadership that has been established, but because we are tribalist or we are tribalistic, we fuel that bad leadership. And because of that, we cannot move away or we cannot improve our system. But I wanted to make a point about the Rwanda case that Daniel mentioned.
Tell me why.
So in Rwanda now, there's nothing like ethnicity, because the constitution has made it very clear that you cannot divide the people around ethnicity or along the lines of ethnicity. So they call themselves Rwandans. There's nothing like me Akeni, me we. They are Ghanaians. They are Rwandans. That's the direction that they chose to go to, and because of that, it's exactly because they see themselves.
So I
as
think
Rwandans
the solution. I think the solution to everything we'll be talking about is pointing to the Constitution, right? Okay. Arnold, can you finish up your point, please?
No. Basically, I think the last speaker took the wind out of my sail. You know that we produce whatever we see at the end of the day. You know, and it is what it is. Until it's a mindset as well that we have to, deal with in the future. And Alinko, you see, let me invest your mind to something. Have you realized that whenever it's time for ministerial vetting, right, and compare that to the realities in life, when you're going for an interview, it is just you, right? You go and sit down there, you get bamboozled, you get drilled, and then you get it or otherwise. In Ghana, when a minister is going for vetting, going to look for a job, he goes with the chief, the wife, the assemblyman, and all the whole entourage. What's the purpose?
Whole family.
What's the purpose?
Whole family.
And when that minister involves in corruption, that same chief will come around begging again.
Exactly. You see, yes, exactly. You see, exactly, and you see, and it's the same thing that is happening with our issues with Galamsey, because the municipal chief executive got his position with the backing of the chiefs, with the backing of their region, so on and so forth. When the people are there and they are doing whatever that is going on, nobody can talk.
They don't see anything wrong with it.
You can't, because we made you, we partnered you, we are the ones who advocated you to be there. Therefore, you have to keep quiet, compromise the system, and let all of us lose.
Right. No, thank you. Now, I think that, bro, guys, we have exhausted a lot of the things that I wanted to talk about, and I'm so appreciative of your time, your input, the intelligence, and the matureness that you have shown for the country, Ghana, Africa, and our society as well. This is a lot of progress that we have made as a people. A lot of more work to be done. The ones who have lost their lives in the course of the struggle, may their souls rest in peace. We will take some of the comments very soon. But lastly, we can't leave without touching on another key component of all of this, which is the involvement of our celebrities in Ghana in the cause, in the cry of fix the country. You think that all the celebrities are adding their voice well enough? Because we've seen examples from Nigeria, when SARS started, you see now Burna Boy, the Davido, what's his name? Starboy. What's the other name? The lady, those two girls.
Living Whiskey.
And and then what's the other girl's name? That lady.
DJ Switch.
No, not DJ
Switch.
No, not her. The lady, that's not Yemi Alade, but the other girl. There's another girl.
Tiwa Savage.
Tiwa Savage. Yeah. So recently we heard what Shatta said. Okay, Shatta telling his followers, his fellow youth, who's making him Shatta, who putting him up there and supporting his stardom, that he literally insulted people, the educated fools. Who fix themselves. That was very heartbreaking.
I'm not cutting you again. Somebody misreported him again, and this is the issue. I always say, let's be fair to people, right? If you want to analyze people,
nobody misreported him. Nobody did that. Nobody did that.
He tweeted it. Nobody said it.
He did a series of posts. He did a series of posts.
Yeah, thank you. I have
everything. And when you go through that, nobody misrepresented him.
Slow down.
The guy,
hold on.
Nobody.
I think this can maybe take tomorrow, because he knows what he did.
He had a Facebook video to explain that somebody came.
That was later.
He always does that.
No.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I unfollowed him. I unfollowed him.
It was a series. It was a series that he did.
Go ahead.
He did a series, and when you follow the series, you see that he has betrayed his base. So he has betrayed his base, and he did that because he is now getting closer to power, and he doesn't want to be on the side of the youth. And when you go to all the companies that have signed him as ambassador, go there.
Which power is he getting close to?
Oh, he brags that he got the opportunity to see the president, which I'm not saying that the president has given him anything, but he feels he feels that being on the side of leadership at this time is important to him, that being on the side of the people who made him. And it's all because before the people didn't even realize that there was an enemy. Now the youth, when you go to the companies that are using Shatta Wale as their brand ambassador, go to Infinix, go to any post they've made for the past 4 days that they have Shatta Wale there. If they made 100 comments, 94 is saying that drop Shatta Wale or we are not purchasing your products. You understand? And he wasn't misquoted at all. My brother Daniel, if you like, go to his page, and if he has not deleted anything, you see the inconsistency and the betrayal of the youth. You understand? People are calling Sarkodie that Sarkodie should come out. 3 days ago on my TV show, I was like, yeah, I sympathize with Sarkodie because in Ghana, where leadership is not that tolerant, it's not easy to be an activist. So in 2014-15, Sarkodie's economy, inflation issues and all of that. This year, somebody can start. You can say that he did a song for Nanado and all of that. The song Sarkodie did cut across. I play it on my shows. You understand? So Shatta Wale has betrayed his base.
He has betrayed his base. Do you think that Sarkodie, as the star as he is, with all these millions, I can say, and if I'm wrong, youth follow him, you think that he could also, since he did a song against the previous government, of course, is it not only fair that he does a song not necessarily against this government, but something in line with what is currently ongoing? Wouldn't it be fair?
Yes. Yeah, it is right. And many are calling on him. And once in a while, he comes to talk in favor of the youth, but he's not vociferous as he used to be. So we are waiting for a song. We are waiting for a song.
Apart from a song, right? He can just tweet. All that he takes the tweet. Add your voice to the struggle, man.
Oh, he did one. He did one the day Kaka died, a day after. He did one that this is not the Ghana we serve.
So the
rest of the world.
Okay, thank
you. People to come for.
Okay, let me start from the top. Let me start from the top and come down. Ivan, we'll come down. You know, in that format. Ivan, the role of our celebrities, and it's not just Shatta. It's not just. It goes down to Jacqueline APPIAH. Is it Jackie APPIAH? Nadia Buri, all even Domelo, even all those guys, you know, Lil Wayne. Those people have a lot of following, and it's these people that follow you. You know, the fortunate thing is that these guys have made money off of the back of these people. Majority of these folks that watch Lil Wayne and all these guys, Kojo and Kansa and all these guys on YouTube, majority live in the villages. They're not in the city living good lives. You see what I'm saying? And most of this the lack of infrastructure and the lack of all these issues, most of the issues we are talking about that need fixed, they are the ones suffering it. All these bad roads and all lack of good water, these are the people that are traveling miles and not having, you know, the luxury of having electricity and all of these things. So add your voice to the struggle, because when the government fixes the light and the economic situation of these people, and if they start earning money, the more they patronizes your product or your services. And so I feel like our celebrities have not really helped the cause. They have the voice. Some of us, we just, you know, we're not, you know, we're trying our best, but these guys have the following. Go ahead, Ivan. I'm sorry. We all get emotional and passionate.
Oh, yeah, of course. We all do get emotional.
Yeah.
And you remember when we started the program, in my first submission, I was saying that the youth, some of the youth, when you try to fight for them, they fight you back.
Yeah.
This is what we see in some of the celebrities that we have in Ghana. They only will follow something that will benefit them. If it doesn't benefit them or suit them, they will not. They will do the direct opposite. When this Kaka issue happened, when even with the fix the country movement, it's only few of them that you see that tweet or say something about it. And when this Kaka issue happened, none of them even said anything until the next day. And what happened? Because most of us were bashing them for not saying a word. That's when they all started coming out to say something.
Right.
With all due respect to when George Floyd passed.
Oh my God.
And everywhere you go, you see all our celebrities tweeting something right away, tweeting something.
Yeah.
But with our own brother that just died, was killed, they couldn't do anything. I was so surprised. And I did a show. I did my my podcast a day after, and I was like, this can happen. These are people we stream, and they get money from that. But we are being killed, and they don't say anything about
anything. Right, Arnold, please.
Yes, you see, for me, I think that our celebrities have really disappointed us. You know, I unfollowed Shatawale immediately. He made that comment. I did that.
Follow him.
Yes, I unfollowed him real quick. You know, and I'm not.
I've done that. So,
and you see,
because
Alinko, you see, with institutions, corporate, you have something we call corporate responsibilities. You know, that is a principal value that you use to run your your administration.
Right.
So it is with our celebrities. There's something called moral responsibilities. Okay, they represent a whole area of interest.
Yeah.
Either they communicate and they represent something. And that's the reason why people support them, they follow them, etc., because they believe in what they are doing and what they are pushing. Right now, when issues come up, when all hopes are gone, sometimes people would want to go back and listen to something, listen to the people that at least de-stress them or help them release their stress, for inspiration, for hope. Now, if these people are adamant, they are dumb, all of a sudden, they are not saying anything and they are all quiet about it, what do you mean it happens? It fuels what is going on to get worse. And Ghanaian celebrities must learn that, look, what they are doing, their meekness is collapsing the economy. The Ghanaian people will not be making money to buy their produce anymore. Absolutely. And when they see Nigerians coming for the Grammys and so on and so forth, in as much as Ghanaians are very talented, you realize that they are not getting to the highest standard that they are supposed to. It's because of this hypocrisy.
Because of this issue.
Yeah.
So they would have to reorient their whole celebrity status and be able to engage their people and help and be there for them when they are needed. In the absence of that, for me, I think that they are not living up to expectation, and they don't deserve the term celebrity in this instance.
They don't.
Thank you so much. You're still watching the Progressive Minds. The usual time is 2 to 4. I know we've gone past it, but we want to sacrifice the time and the effort and the resources to do that for Mother Ghana. And so please bear with us if you're watching. The comments are still coming. And for our honorable guests, I thank you so much for extending your time to help get into some of these things. And we are going to be wrapping up very soon. But to you, and the reason why we want to be adding, we want to look at the celebrities in Ghana in the context of Fix the Country Ghana is because they live in Ghana too. They are Ghanaians mostly. Most importantly, they're making their millions and their status and their wealth off of the same people. 99% probably, or 90% of their resources is not from international sponsorships or maybe endorsements. They're making it from Ghana or Africa. So it's very important that we call their attention to these things for those who have not yet.
But I have a question to say about the celebrities, though. Please, just 1 minute.
A Prince Janet Turner, not a AMPONSAH, so I not also near the boss until the father doors until. But that's said we do my Janica crime. Say we do so Janica crime.
Oh, sir, I know. I respect everyone here, so I really have to.
Don't RATTY.
Respect, kid.
RATTY. I think my fellow panelists have said a lot. I wouldn't repeat what they have said. I would only focus on the good celebrities that have been a major influence on this Fix the Country movement. And commendations goes to APPIAH Odo. APPIAH Odo has been massive because yes, we understand that people have their images, people have their interests, and they have a lot of things at stake when you get yourself involved in some of these issues. But I think she chose Ghana first ahead of her own interests, ahead of her own branding, and it's important that we would just call on every other celebrity to also see things from another perspective and not only see the monetary aspect or their contract deals and their financial record labels and their financial incentives in this regard. On that note, I would also say that on the 4th of August, which is Founders Day in Ghana, Fix the Country has something planned, and it's important that we also emphasize that. So I would call on the celebrities that were not able to project us over the last 2 months to at least take the date 4th August and start projecting it to their constituents as well. And I'm sure together we can all resonate and get the Ghanaian people voicing out their anger and voicing and demanding accountability and demanding for development in Ghana.
Thank you so much, Mr. Man in the hot seat, Daniel.
Thank you, FUAD. Is it FUAD? Thank you for that. I mean, information, because I saw the video that he posted on Facebook trying to explain that he was talking and somebody came to inbox him in his mailbox, and that was when he wrote about that educated. Apparently, it appears that that is after the fact, right? After he realized that people were very mad with him, he wanted to say something to correct, that image. But I think, in as much as we love Shut Up, I think he goofed on this one. When you're a celebrity, you have to be very careful about your brand positioning. You get what I'm trying to say? And I think what he did here, if he had his manager advising him, he's probably gone on a slippery slope. You see, I don't
think he has a manager.
Yeah, when the anger of the people is at a certain level, you have to be very tactful as a celebrity what you say.
Yeah.
And Shatawali, people love you across the political divide. And the thing that people are talking about, it is not about the party position. Maybe he got that wrong. It is not about a party thing. If you look at this thing in terms of party things, you will be misled. Because this thing is not going to end with MPP. MPP will not be power.
That's it.
This same movement will go beyond MPP.
It's beyond.
So
that's why I'm saying that the state will have to fund it at some point. That it has to be institutionalized.
Because the people that are talking from across the globe, it's not political parties that fund they are staying abroad. Some people did their own individual thing, they are educated, they've gone to school. They don't rely on political parties to feed themselves. So if you think that those people are going to keep quiet because today you, Shatawali, are saying something, you got it all wrong. And I think that he misfired on his brand, and it's going to cost him a lot. This thing that he did,
it's already coming. It's on the way.
It's going to cost him a lot.
Okay, and so I think we have to keep in mind that it's not just Shatawale here. We're talking about all the celebrities in Ghana.
I'm using him as an example. I'm using him as an example to pick up.
Everyone must follow him.
Gotcha.
Right. As a brand ambassador, you have to be very careful, and you have to. You have to, if anything at all, government will come and go. The people that support you, they are always going to be there. Government, tomorrow MPP will be out of power. Whoever you had that power that you could go to and relate to will not hold political power. If you want to see an example, just look at Koko Anyido. In the past, Koko Anyido used to be very powerful. You see how politics teaches us lessons. So people have to be smart. That it is not about individuals. Individuals will just give them position for a time period. They will leave. They will go. Tomorrow another person will come in there. So I think that the celebrities have to, understand it. And if they want to support the system, they should concentrate on the issues. Because when you concentrate on the issues, you get more support across the political divide. But if you concentrate on individuals and, go the way Shatawale did, I'm sorry, you lose it all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Daniel, for that great input. Ratty.
Yo, Ken. Yeah, for me, one thing I would like to say is most of our celebrities are more disappointed here for the first time because I do follow a lot and I do promote a lot. They know. Yeah. I do promote a lot.
We're a Stoneboy guy.
Oh yeah, I'm a BIM Nation fan, and he knows that. And what do you call one thing Stoneboy did, and I can just really appreciate it. He came out
You came out with a song. You even came out with a song.
With a song, and I really give that massive respect to Stonebwoy, One God. You know, whatever you are, big up yourself with that, because he did a song and even he tweet and he post something said no, kaka wona wawuno, and ya kwampaso no ayden. But me, for all the celebrities, nipa meka say hey, utumi stand up by odo. She was the lady. She stood up for the first time. But nipa me didn't who ya so pay Shatawale. Now Shatawale, hey, as a big artist. Would they be a street?
But when the street call up on you, run away.
And yeah, educated fools and this letter. And then some video say, I feel the attack guy no 3 music awards near ye. What's his name? I forgot the name.
Is it on Flex?
No, it's not. It be this guy where they hold he mentioned his name. They insult him for in videos.
He has a Muslim name.
It's a Muslim name.
Sadiq. He's called Sadiq.
Thank you. Bless him.
No, he's called Sadiq.
Thank you.
Sadiq.
Thank you. Obabe twist say Adian warrior. No, listen to what unim senior and yes, education in fools no you. What they started from what they started different. And you maybe not they started by. And maybe I think for catches a challenge shatter. What you are doing is not good. What you are doing is not good. Till said of cancer, anyone say educated fools near their day. Or honana people who say no, this guy that day now within that way now nipa buy 3,000 for 4,000 and the started say unfollow no. I feel even Kevin Taylor because Kevin Taylor me didn't who yao because Stonebwoy said Stonebwoy nipa say and then there ujina ho praise Stonebwoy said the Stonebwoy yeah no and you're good and then there Kevin Taylor said, go and unfollow what you call Shatawale because that guy is stupid. Sorry to use this word and this because someone will say, yeah, guy, no, he said, damn. Because Shatta you'll be in a street, that be as a brand ambassador near you say, people will follow you in this. Right. Sometimes we used to post your things now because of educated fools.
Now, good. Ratty, did you FUAD quickly? Now, important say all this point in the bar about Kevin. We also know searching the journals and 30 seconds non-comment what your opinion is when it comes to the style that Kevin has when it comes to his issues on Ghana and Jonah's approach to calling the country or calling our leaders to do the right thing for the people. 30 seconds into the patch up. I'm going to kill DJ FUAD.
Okay, so I think that we'll be in the start. I've said a revolution is coming. A revolution of mind consciousness is coming. And Obiane how are hitting na hitwa Obiane how are presenting the message,
Yeah.
I think that Trini Jonas is doing amazing work, but Uncle Jimmy that can what is and Kabema nko for acting na some more. I feel say Kweku Chase ye money dioha. Kweku Chase is rather insulting our leaders intelligently.
Oh yeah.
He shows you video of the countries you fly to. Yes. He shows you roads that you travel
but
to.
I like it.
And then he shows the one you are living
one,
in. You understand? But quick 2000 I was out at DJ FUAD. How do you solve of this problem or bring them down? And I said, I'm sorry to disappoint my listeners that the problems we are through right now in 2014, it was 6 March 2014. These problems need to be quadrupled, meaning it has to get ×4 before the problems will be solved. Why? The Ghanaians were sleeping. Why were we sleeping? It looks like the Ahochira was not too high. Now the Ahochira is becoming real. It's coming into our noses and our eyes. That is why the most foolish Ghanaian, the most dumb Ghanaian is waking up. Now the Ghanaian who collect Maggie Cube, Bentua, machetes, Wellington boot to vote.
Rice.
He's waking up. He's
And
not
fight
going to collect that. And now the Ghanaian finally is realizing that there's an enemy. And once the enemy is identified, we come together. So
thank
you very much.
One commenting on a friend saying celebrities. No, so quickly, but just give me a comment straight shot.
The celebrities, you see, Ghana has been a country where there's no leadership consciousness. The leadership does not conscientize the people about how to live our life economically to benefit the country. All they do is conscientize you against their opponents. Now, this natural awakening that is happening is making the Ghanaian wake up. Other than that, the Ghanaian even doesn't know that the celebrity is who they are because of us, the youth. They say, I'm a Shatta fan, I'm a this fan. But they didn't know that any company will call Shatta and say, be our brand ambassador because of we, the youth, following him. Okay. So gradually, this thing is coming. And we, those who have platforms like you, Alinko, myself, and many others, we should hammer there that the celebrities are there because of you. There's this movie called American Gods. The concept of the movie is that there's no God without human beings.
Right.
Gods exist because they are worshippers. So maybe you can go to my blog and read my article on how in the beginning man created God in his own image. It's controversial, but I can go and read on that. So finally, Arnold Bedu was right to say that Shatta Wale is the most confused and most inconsistent artist he has ever seen. And yesterday he was giving his tone on the UTV show. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I also always loved all of them and had a lot of respect for Shatta for where he's coming from and what he has been able to build for himself and how he's been able to take the craft internationally. Even if he didn't do it, at least he's been recognized. But he lost all of that after making that comment. He lost all of that. And instead of coming to literally apologize to say, guys, I erred. That was a mistake. I got overly hyped.
He has a bit of narcissistic disorder, so he cannot apologize.
He even said that it's too late to apologize.
That's craziness, man, bro.
Yeah,
Shatta, man, come on. Now we all knew you when you were bandana, man. So cut it off, guys.
I lose my interest with him.
Let me get your last views. I mean, quickly. Let me fact the comments. The audience, please. Wait a bit. Someone, I apologize to you all. Say now. RATTY also, Daniel AMPONSAH also. The two of them alone can knock you off your fairness and your mojo. I'll get the comments going. But Ivan, your take on the style of Kevin Taylor and Tony Jonas.
With Jonas, I mean, I don't follow him, but I like him. My brother DJ FUAD was saying if we could limit the insults, my brother, the insults, that's what our leaders, that's what
they want. Thank you.
That's what they react to. If you don't insult them, they won't react. Okay? I support what he does. I mean, he's telling the truth. He's not lying.
Yeah. Straight up. Okay. It's not lying. I know.
When it comes to Kevin, he gives me an iffy vibes. I don't know what his stand is. Is he for us, or he's also aligning himself to a political party? So I'm just waiting to see what his stand will be. If the movement will continue after what political party is again. I want to see this. I want him to sustain, have his own platform and his own thing, not align himself with any political party.
Do you think he's aligning himself to any?
Yes, I see the way he's on. He is good. I listen to him every day. I listen to him, but I want him to have a pick a stand. If you are for, if you are
NBC, for MVP say, right? Okay, that's what you want.
Be independent. If you are trying to be independent, be independent. Giving us information. Don't over. Don't make it too like
obvious, like you're going to one party. Okay, so I see the point you're making, and my take on that is is that Kevin has his own style, and I'm not gonna go into. I'm not a journalist. He's way up there when it comes to journalism. Right. He has his way of journalism, right? That's his style. However, I think that he sways based on who is doing the right thing at a particular time. And that is why he can do what he did with Shatta. When Shatta did something good, like a song, or represented Ghana in internationally, talking about Ghana music, generally trying to promote Ghana music, it's like, yeah, that's a good thing. He brought him on his show, all of that. When he messed up, he quickly gave it to him. When Stonebwoy was messing up, to him, according to Kevin, you were not adding your voice to the struggle of the people, and you were trying to play, wishy-washy with it. He gave it to Stonebwoy. I don't know how he's going to react now that Stonebwoy has come clean. Okay, so
he has come out. He has come out to commend him.
Okay, good. So that's for me. That's how I see Kevin. If you're doing right, see, and I like what you said about Kevin earlier too. For me, Kevin insults everybody, like even the audience.
Yeah,
you are. He said you are fools. Like Ghanaians are fools. So this is where I'm like, bro. The audience who are listening to you probably will be taking offense to what you are saying, because your message is coming.
But you only take offense if you are affected, if you are part of the problem.
Okay, I think so. But I think maybe what he can do is not overly generalize because if he says because Ghanaians are fools, I mean, not all Ghanaians are fools. And you are trying to convey a message to Ghanaians to believe in what you're saying. So when you flatten or you generalize your message like that, you kill the force, the impact of the message, and that's that's my take. But Arnold, please.
Well, I think that Kenny Jonas is he's an excellent guy. I like his style to beat. Sometimes you need to speak the language that people best understand. Okay, we've been too diplomatic for a very long time. Let's cut the chase and stop this hypocrisy. We've been too nice. We followed obey your mother and father and your penny and all this. What's the outcome?
Nothing.
Too nice and not listening people.
Total hopelessness for the young, young at heart. So his mouth is not a gun. It's the government that holds the gun and shooting people. So if he says that he's been charged. No one died. When the government says something, you die.
Yeah.
So let's weigh the options. There are languages that the government does understand. And with
1 minute to be submit back that ambulance.
1 minute to be ambulance.
Submit back the
fantastic guy. Kevin is a fantastic guy, and he's very principled. Depending on what's on the table, he will deal with it in the best way that he can. And I applaud that principle. But my deepest respect goes to APPIAH. She's my number one. I never knew much about her, like barely knew her till this particular, issue. When I looked, I said, wow, young, sweet girl, probably should be a model somewhere or whatever, making money. But she's put her life on the line, got arrested, and still back on the street doing what she does. This is exceptional.
Absolutely.
It's exceptional. Yeah, thank you.
A new awakening.
Yes, it is. And when I was addressing your point earlier, Ivan, I missed his take on like the issue regarding him moving to one political party. Again, from my opinion, I think basically what we said about Kevin is the issue at hand. Okay, this one did good, so I'm going to say it. This one is the current issue. He's doing bad, so I'm going to say it. If that means that I'm going to compare you to the person who did good yesterday, then I'm going to use that person as your yardstick to get on you. Now, if you come clean and this person that I was using as a yardstick messes up, I'm going to praise you and then go back and destroy this person who I was using as a yardstick. So, man, he's just. I think he has his own style. And
I respect that.
Yeah, and so I respect what he does. But Kevin, if you say we are all fools, me I not be fool. So big
no,
that generalization.
That one is that all of the people are cool is one negative effect of social media entering our head. If you stay on social media for a long time, it enters your head, and if you're not careful. You go when you are not getting people feeding into giving you the attention you need.
Yeah.
So if your job is always to come and rant, and at a point in time, you don't necessarily have somebody to rant on. If you are not careful, you turn into your followers.
No, you're right. I think
it's something that we need.
I think you're right. I think he doesn't really intend to insult all Ghanaians, generalize. And that's why I said is the passion that he has for the issues that he's talking about and the love that he has for his country. And so, but all I'm saying is that he's been mindful of when he generalizes.
Right? But in reality, when you talk to a lot of Ghanaians, they will tell you in general who we are in a very bad way. This was this.
But that is wrong. But that is
no. Listen.
Wrong.
When issues come up, in general, talk to people and they'll tell you, "You're Ghana for now, yeah," and they say the way it is.
And I make say,
so I'm being a realist. Me, for example,
I know.
There've been instances where I've said to myself that my
listen,
it's no news to me.
Yes, so no, listen. Those are very sometimes trivial ways of like looking at some of these things within ourselves. Now, you and I, or maybe some of the people who say, "Oh, we're in Ghana for the," they don't have platforms as big as Kevin Taylor's. I mean, when you say it reaches, it doesn't. Kevin reaches the globe, right? So what I'm saying is that the same people you're trying to convey the message is, if they hear this also coming directly at them, it's like you are addressing them too. But for all you know, they are your sympathizers, they are your supporters, they agree with you. You know what I'm saying? They carry your message along. So if you are circumspect of that fact of your messaging, it goes a long way in helping your messaging. That's all.
It has to be targeted. It has to be targeted.
Yeah, period. Oh man, we miss. Maybe next time we'll come and only look at the role of religious bodies, right? From Duncan Williams to Otabil to the councils and all the leaders, and their role they are playing.
Another wahala.
Another wahala. We'll come back.
Make me number one on that day.
Okay, we'll come back. But Prince, I know the time is fast spent, but your quick take on the question on the floor, please. Quick take on the.
For me, I think.
I
think I earlier made a point with Ratty. That he has a different style. I also have a different style. By the end of the day, we are here on the same panel, having a conversation about literally the same thing. So what I would say is, yes, we all have a different style, right? But we all come to meet at the same junction. We all come and meet at the junction. You do junction, that's why we can say hello.
That's all right. Daniel, please, your turn.
Yeah, what do you call it? I follow Chini Jonas too. I mean, I follow. I nitpick what I want to hear, because you see, sometimes what I say to people is that when people are talking, sometimes just sit back and listen to what they are saying. Even though they might be saying some insulting words, they are also saying some very good things that address your mind to the good things. You disregard the bad things, right? And pick the good of what they are saying. I think for me, that is how I see people when people are talking, because that is the most important thing. But if somebody doesn't like you and they just want to discredit all your message, they'll just go and pick that small bad side that you said and then use it to, camouflage the whole good thing that you said, and they'll throw all the message away. I don't believe in that. If somebody speaks and even I'm against the person, there might be something the person said that I can still pick on and be like, this, I think what this person said, this is okay. The other part that I'm not okay with, I won't dwell too much on that. I won't dwell so much on the negativity. I will dwell on the positivity of what is in that message. And Trini Jonas, the things that he says, there's a lot of positivity in there. I think people have to dwell on the positivity. If those positivity are addressed, or the things that he said that are problems are addressed, I don't think he will come back the next time using insult, because he would have realized that most of the issues that he was talking about are addressed. But you see, Alinko, can you blame Trini Jonas? You can't blame him too, because Alinko, 32 years, we've been experimenting a system. We've been using a certain language that is polite, that we've been trained with. Alinko, if people use a system for a long time and they are not seeing a particular result come out of that, at some point, you can pass all the laws that you want to. The people will not obey the laws anymore. They will, of course, because they will deal with the reality, what they are faced with. It's like passing a law when you have a hardship in your country and say nobody should steal. You think that law will effectively work?
It's like putting a sardine right by a cat and saying and then say don't make sure you don't
make sure you take it.
Just like our rent control laws. If you have so many shortages of iron, you go and pass a rent controller that says nobody should collect advance. Yes, in book it's nice, but on the practical grounds,
on the ground,
the system to support that law is not there.
It's not working.
It won't work. You are just piling something on nothing. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
so
I got you.
Arnold said it right. We've been talking too much politely, and the way it is going, if our leaders don't sit up, Chini Jonas might just be one person. You know how many people are going to come after Chini Jonas.
Yeah,
that is why I'm saying that our leaders need to put their antenna on and be. And you see, he's not attacking just politicians. The chiefs. He said next time we'll come and talk about other people. So I'll leave it. I'll leave it at there. Next time when we'll come and talk about other people, I'll come and talk about them too. So I'll leave it at there. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Ratty.
Yo, King.
Quickly.
Yeah, man. You know, for what do you call grass inquiry there, and no, because your leaders no more disappointed at change. You know, insults in there. You know, the uncle jangum because because Chinojanas or starting you know back in the days. Now you know normal we say no. No can. What you say? Thank you, brother. Even here, crowd starting here, crowd now you form any glass and quan. But sometimes no, we need attention. That's how we are.
Yeah.
What you say? All can now you know. Once I feel there, what the insult ni be more the ujaniya the adeni there. Now the attention and everything is come. Share the way our the man chief if you know chiefs for no Ghana no.
Yeah.
So when just starting in one
yeah.
Because the cost Ghana now. Chief phone na most of them they are more. So but Thomas Asia na omo ka ho bi. Galamsey ekosu na that day Kofi TV interview we and we invite Chinese neighbor ko bi na oni din komo and obusa ne say na wo baaye no why mo na kire wo say you to be too good e wo atebubu ene ye kan say janse kan ya de woni masema akwa ne kan. That's what I know say hey the chiefs for no they are villages no mo ya kromfo asema o ka chen say na me ba no minimbibi ye fro baby sa tebubu na say baby say na say it means say the time they will come no omo bedru airport wo no ye won kofo e be kwa hia wom ni ode omo ko chief ni ho ni akokaka che say aha na sas ne tie my brother ob Chinese ni be no be free ni kroma be say ye too good wa ha ye mpanifo na chief fo na be soa wom a kirom say aha na ye so they are the people.
Nice
so
one.
I mean what they are doing
Kevin tell us style.
I mean what Kevin is doing. Kevin Osha Kevin life Kevin my steady no me utum say or joining one political side. That's what I have seen it.
First of all, joining one political side
oh yeah, make your body straight.
Oh, there be sadness. Maybe NDC MPP into no say or joining NDC. That's what you
think. But guy no or one side or
which one? Which is not can
pure NDC.
Okay. I'm not gonna say he's pure NDC. Like I said earlier, I'm waiting for power to switch to see what
exactly. That's what
you see,
unfortunately, that power will not switch to the NDC or the MPP again. So he's going to continue to do his work. The Ghanaians are determined to make an independent candidate lead Ghana.
Let us know what is happening on the
ground. So 1 minute.
Ratty say be our ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Now and call and so one or two things we happen to know, you guys I know more. New one back, Charlie, and now you always be praising the new one and be comparing the old one. Why you say no, you say, but meanwhile, if they're not old one, also they had some good traits. The moment the current one disappoints you, right? You probably leave the current girlfriend and then probably try to make amends with the old one and say, look, man, I thought you were bad, but this one that I had, after a while, she's worse than you. So I think, to me, again, that's how I see Kevin. I don't believe that he loves another party than the other, or is swaying.
Bro, even that nigga said Kevin Cranny doing it or your crap for his self-interest, bro. No. Now you don't know how the thing go.
I don't know. No, Ratty, what self-interest? What is he looking for? What do you think?
Oh, I mean, whatever he's doing. Oh, yeah, let's put everything aside.
Kevin used to say that before the election. He used to say that, or say Abano, he did everything he had to do. He also said that Abana Yetuno, say Antoni, yeah, ebi bebre and so ebi bebre asin obi, because and he gave examples of the fact that he lives here. He's got nothing to lose. And so you just vote wisely so that you would get the basic needs that you need, that you deserve as a Ghanaian. And so for me, and then he brings out all these facts that, you know, people are not able to even debunk the fact that he brings, you know, across. People are not able to objectively look at the fact and say, Kevin, you lied. We investigated, and this fact or this things that you're bringing across are not true. And so he just brings it and he leaves it into the air. Whoever wants to catch it, fine. But I don't necessarily believe that. And I know that if this government, if things ever change, and another person comes in, he's going to use the same fire. We are seeing this play out right now with him and the way he handled Shatta and Stoneboy. One day he's with Shatta, the next time he's flipped. Oye papa obeka, oye bonensua.
Oh yeah, I know the Otaya Sani man, but where Sako de one so a hypocrite bakupa.
Yeah.
It's one of the oye snake underground.
Yeah.
Be as oye no. On say obaye nyom de maom. Oh maninka obaye nyom de maom eboa. But on say fix the country mu na olu na wabona no.
Why di Oshetema AD Benku Agbamame.
There's a lot to talk about.
DJ FUAD, let's go. DJ FUAD, let me see one thing. Okay. Comment. Guys, let's take some comments. Now,
bro, I think if you can able to take one call, because there was one guy want to call. That's
the number is 815.
Ask the Kazu want to call.
Number
that guy want to this
815-277-5047. We haven't been able to give out the number. Is 815-277-5047. We are about to wrap up, and I think some people need to drop off. Time is far spent, so let's wrap up the conversation, guys. Let me just take one or two comments. Council says, I disagree with you, Mr. Ratty, because about Stoneboy that way. Okay.
Stoneboy, yeah.
And this is from Ghana needs to change 1992 constitution immediately before fix the country. This is from Steve Boateng. And this is from Kanzo. It says, we have Kataka who manufacturing cars and etc. And as a government, we are importing cars from
that's good.
Good. And I think this one is also coming from Faustina. Please forget about the celebrities and let's concentrate on how to work hard and let the people understand that we mean what we mean by fixing the country. The celebrities have a big voice. So if you need your voice to go far for what you're saying, with what you're saying, you need stronger voices, which are the celebrities too. We need, and plus they are Ghanaians. And so it's very, very important. One last comment from Joe. He says, I understand, brother. Remember, for every new or old business, there are challenges regardless of what. So there are investors. I'm sure Katanka. Okay, yes, they're still talking about Katanka. This is from Kofi. Faustina Gross. The youth are the ones mostly involved in the Fix the Country movement, and I think most can comprehend English. If the program is done in one dialect, then disenfranchises other people that do not understand and becomes another issue. So the program will being done in English is just spot on. Guys, I apologize if I haven't been able to read your comments because there have been so many of those brilliant comments from Kofi Adoma Boateng. Is it Kofi Adoma Boateng? No, I thought it was Kofi TV.
No.
the first
Kofi Adoma Boateng.
Okay. The first government has served as a military, served us from tribalism, ethnocentrism, even A.K.A. Cause Party is a national party. What we have is an elite class whose only consensus is to rob from us. The elite who have captured power only use that as an excuse to run from their responsibility. If they can agree on ex gratia for Article 71 office holders who are made of all tribes in Ghana. Okay, so sorry we can't take all the comments and we have to bring the show to an end. Our guests have been extremely patient with us, and so have you, our audience. I usually give last comments, last words, and because time is fast, guys, if you go past 10 seconds, I'm gonna hang up on you. So I'll start with Ivan. Ivan, literally 5 seconds. Your last words.
Fix the country.
Thank you. Charlie, that's why you're eye-whooping. Ivan. Arnold.
Fix the country.
Thank you. Prince.
I'll just say go to www.fixthecountry.gh.com and you have every information that you want to know about Fix the Country. And please support the movement. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Daniel.
Fix the country, starting with the Constitution. And thank you guys all for making it.
Thank you. Ratty.
Yeah, we want betterment, we want something, betterment for the country. So, Fix the Country is one of the new agenda right now everyone is fighting for. So that's it. When we all feel happy, then Ghana is safe. That's it. So the Fix the Country is one of the best key.
Akonako beyond 5 seconds, but I expected it. I know you are. DJ FUAD.
I was expecting fire. I was expecting.
So
what he gave us.
Can I go on?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So all that I'm saying is that 2024 will be 32 years, and 32 years is enough for the MDC entity to have done anything they wanted to do. They say they won't do it. So we need to sack them. We need to divorce them and bring an independent party to rule Ghana so that we can change the constitution. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I have loved every bit of the conversation. Today's
so much respect, bro.
Today's edition on the Diaspora Voices on Fix the Country Ghana. We leave it to you to judge if it was successful or not. But on our end, we attempted to hold the issue down the way we were supposed to, and we are looking forward to engaging these folks, if not all of them, some of them, on another topic related to Ghana. We are so proud that I'm so proud of my guests. My team is so proud of you guys. Ivan, DORMENYO, Maserati in Germany, DJ FUAD in Ghana, Prince all the way in New York, and Daniel AMPONSAH in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. And to our audience, thank you so much.
When are we meeting again?
I'll let you guys know.
Another hot topic.
Yeah. I'll let you guys
because
know.
Now the chiefs and the churches are sorry for no.
Yes, I'll let you know.
Omicron almost scammed too much.
Yes. On that note, this has been the Progressive Mind Show. As I said, every Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. CST, we are here. And on Sundays from 2 to 4 p.m., 7 to 9 Ghana, 8 to 10 Nigeria time, we are here to look at issues that pertains to our community. We are glad that you were able to make it too much. To whom much is given, much is required. My guys, love you guys, man. My pleasure having you. See you next week. No, see you soon. Not next week, but see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
All right, have a wonderful weekend. Happy 4th of July to you all. Happy 4th of July.
For real military duty. They are rapidly learning the art of war and are crack shots with the rifle. If they ever get into real frontline action, they'll give a good account of themselves for real military duty. They are rapidly learning the art of war and are crack shots with a rifle. If they ever get into real frontline action, they'll give a good account of themselves for real military duty. They are rapidly